live streaming isn't available right now, John. Let's face facts. Wait, are we live? I really can't tell if we're live or not.
I can't either.
What the hell's happening? It says excellent connection, and I'm so confused.
I am as well. Maybe I'll refresh this page just to see what happens.
They can hear us. You can hear us. Can you see us?
Can you see us?
Because right now the feed on this is very, very weird right now. Oh, we are live.
We are
okay,
live.
What the fuck?
Okay, great.
That's so weird.
We're doing this now from Streamlabs for various reasons, and the thing is, usually it starts up just fine, but sometimes it'll launch its little page and immediately crash and leave you in the sticks going, I guess we'll try it from YouTube.
Oh, I'm so happy you guys are here. This is going to be a fun one today.
This is going to be so fun.
Hello, I see a lot of familiar names in here. Some new names I haven't seen before. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
How's everyone doing today? So, because it's 4th of July tomorrow, we were like, and I'm having a huge party, a huge gathering,
inviting everyone.
If you guys are watching, I'm encouraging you to go out there. Party all night long tomorrow. Just go to the beaches, mingle, hug with your shirts off. If you know me, you know that I am all sincere right now.
Definitely.
Go out there and have a great time. Plenty of alcohol, cough in people's faces.
Lick the windows like I've seen people do in those viral videos.
The longer we can go with this quarantine situation, the happier of a camper we'll all be. All right.
Oh, yeah, it isn't Saturday.
It's not Saturday.
It's Saturday on Friday.
Did you put Saturday Night Live Stream in the title?
Accidentally.
Jeez, John.
I wonder if I can edit it live.
You gotta think. And no, yes, let's clarify. I'm only joking, okay? I don't want to get canceled off of a sarcastic comment I made. But yeah, I thought today would be a fun one. This is a topic that's been requested several times, and usually I kind of just whip up some topic the day of, but this time around I was like, let's just do one that's been requested a lot. And this one today is sequels we'd like to see made. And so hey, Jenna Randolph, what's up, girl?
Jenna.
And yeah, John's fixing it right now. So if you guys don't want to be mad at John,
yeah, it's fixed.
Go in
it's
there,
fixed.
refresh the page. You'll see that it says Friday Night Live Stream right now. I'm sorry about. God damn it,
It's
John.
just so catchy, you know, Saturday Night Live stream.
I know. That's why I wanted to do it on Saturday nights.
Yeah, the point is to confuse people into being here until they don't realize that we're not part of the SNL cast.
And also, if you guys...
Donovan Hopkins, yes, party with us.
If you guys do super chat, thank you. Much appreciated. If you don't feel comfortable to, totally get it. And also, if you do want to contribute, we also have Streamlabs, which is cooler because YouTube takes like 45% whatever you contribute. So,
yeah, it takes less fees and also gets to us much quicker because YouTube pays you on a month delay. So
yeah, that's true.
So yeah.
But so thank you guys so much. Either way, I'll kick this off, and then please, as we're doing this stream, keep contributing films that you would like to see sequels to. Like right now, I'm seeing in the chat, Mr. Maj is saying Solo 2 an awful lot. Tyzer saying Hancock 2.
Hancock 2 would be cool.
I think the one sequel that undoubtedly should... I'm going to start off with a super obvious one that should really get made. It would be... Showgirls 2. I'm seeing Ricardo. It would be... Hellboy 3. I think Hellboy, and I'm talking about the David Harbour version. Skip 2, go straight to 3.
That's what the fans want.
No, I think you should do Hellboy 3, Guillermo del Toro, Ron Perlman. Undoubtedly, they both want to do it. And trust me, you guys, I'm looking in the chat. I already have some of yours listed here on my little notepad right here. Yeah, Hellboy 3 is undoubtedly the second I heard this question, it's the one that comes to mind instantaneously for me, because the other ones that I can sort of think of, I feel like could maybe one day, and ones it's like some people are probably going to say Man of Steel 2 during this chat, and I feel like that'll undoubtedly get done. I feel like it's going to happen. But Hellboy 3 is one where I'm like, we have to champion for this, guys. It could happen if we champion for it. We have to champion for it.
That seems like a fan passion move,
Yes.
if anything, because, you know, those first two movies I feel like got made on Guillermo del Toro's passion, and now the fans got to pick it up for part 3 because they didn't do as well as they could have.
Absolutely. John, do you got one?
I would, somebody actually in the chat has named a couple of the ones I want. First off, Buckaroo Banzai versus the World Crime League. I would love to see that. They teased that at the end of the first film back in the 80s. And, man, as a kid, I actually thought it was coming. so I would love to see that happen, which it won't. But somebody has pointed out Alita Battle Angel, and I would love to see them continue that because I thought that while that movie wasn't perfect, that's one of the films in recent years where I've sat here going, there's so much potential for them to build on that and to do even more with what they already did the first time. And I also always root for Robert Rodriguez when he gets to be in the main like film industry. So, yeah.
I would also say Kill Bill Volume 3.
Yes.
That one.
Yes.
Like, I've been saying for a while now that if Tarantino were to do his 10th film and to have that be Kill Bill Volume 3, his most like demanded follow-up sequel, and he's never done like Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 are already like they're a companion piece that were shot back to back. So it's one of those things where it's not really a sequel, you know? It's more of just the completion of a film, Volume 2.
Yeah.
But if he were to go out and be like, no, guys, this is how you do an actual sequel, Tarantino style. And if he did it with Kill Bill, unless it sucked, then I'd be like, remake it.
Never. Goofy Movie 3.
Get someone else to do it.
For sure. But somebody pointed out A-Team 2. I believe that was Vincent Gray. You are a person after my own heart because I would love to see a sequel to the Liam Neeson A-Team. Goonies 2 I see here after. There are a lot of names being dropped in here where I wonder if you guys are serious. Do you really want an After Earth 2, Carter Lovejoy?
Well, I really want a Get Out sequel.
Okay.
Just so I could use the title, just so Jordan Peele can take my title. I really have no movie in mind. I just want it to be called Get Out and Stay Out. Yeah.
Well,
let this non-black guy write your follow-up movie.
Yes, yeah. That's no. You could just make it about the plights of Filipinos. You know.
No, that'd be great.
And then we could have a universe, you know, where we encompass the pandemic, you know, in some kind of social thriller too, and call that Stay In. Comedy. Greg, I'm here to teach you about comedy.
Well, all right, then.
Goodness.
That's where we're at.
Back to the Future 4, as much as I would like to see that happen,
no.
I don't think now is anymore is the time.
Prequel. And I also think there would be a cool, if they did like their Freddy versus Jason or Freddy and Jason versus Ash or Freddy versus Jason versus Ash, or Freddy and Ash versus Jason, or Ash and Jason versus Freddy. If they did something one of those with Ash in there, that'd be great. And also, if you guys are here a while, hit the like button. If you end up enjoying this video, that'd be great.
Woo!
All right, let's take a little break here. Let's go to the Let's
supers.
honor the people who super chatted us really quick. Let's see what's in store today.
Here we go. So we're starting off with the agoraphobic fanboy.
Agoraphobic fanboy.
Woo! Mamma Mia 3 with Ryan Gosling. LOL JK, guys, from Dusk Till Dawn 4, or a reboot with Rodriguez at the helm. TV series doesn't count. Happy 4th.
Happy 4th to you too, agoraphobic fanboy.
Happy 4th of every month.
You've been here like every weekend, agoraphobic. I appreciate that, buddy.
Well, he's staying inside. You know, that's all you can do when you're agoraphobic.
Oh, I was thinking arachnophobic all these weeks.
Yeah.
I've gotten it wrong.
No, he hates spiders too, but
well,
that's the plight of the agoraphobic is you're inside and there are spiders, and that's also scary. So.
Yes. Mamma Mia 3 with Ryan Gosling. You know what it made me think of? I think you should get a Nice Guys 2 with Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. That would be a great one.
I would adore that, yeah.
And From Dusk Till Dawn movie, I think we need a break. You know, like we already had a few movies.
We've had a lot of movies.
And then you have the TV show, which Rodriguez was at the helm for. He even directed a good chunk of those episodes. At least the first 4, if I'm not mistaken, 2 of the first season, then some throughout.
I like the first. I like the first 2 seasons.
And in some ways, I kind of like the show better, the first season better than the movie. In some ways, I like things about the show better than the movie.
Yeah.
I'll say that. But yeah, I would. I wouldn't be. I don't think right now is the time for another From Dusk Till Dawn, if I'm being totally honest. But I can respect if that's what you want.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, maybe they could make it if they could harness Robert Rodriguez's sensibility that he went for after Machete, where it's like, let's make something wacky and exploitation-y, but also that has something on its mind. I feel like you could do something with From Dusk Till Dawn in that sense, but I also would be really worried if somebody said they were going to revitalize it, because it's just not been great since the first movie or the show, in my opinion. But
all right, who's next on the list? Thank you, Agoraphobic Fanboy.
Yeah,
and thank you, Rizzo Gaming, Ryan Beatty, the man who's always holding down our Discord, and he's always encouraging you guys to hit that fucking like button. Love that about you, Ryan.
Yes.
Spider-Man 4.
With Sam Raimi, yeah.
Why is that not on my list? I feel ashamed of
that. Was on my list. It's okay, I got you. And I'm not even joking about
White
that.
savior over here.
That's right. Look out, Greg. Don't worry. I can solve all the racism issues.
With Spider-Man 4, right?
Anyone who insults you, I'll kick their ass with Spider-Man 4.
Van Helsing 2 and the Iron Giant 2. They did a follow-up to Iron Giant. It's called Ready Player One.
Oh, they did. Yeah, that's
so good. Van Helsing 2. You know,
I would come back.
I wouldn't mind a Van Helsing reboot.
Yes.
And not in the fucking like Blumhouse cool thing they got going on right now.
I would
which
still
is
want
the one cool movie they got, the Invisible Man. I don't want it to be an action movie. But I would like it to be a little bit bigger than a Blumhouse movie.
A little bit.
Because it's fucking Van Helsing.
You would want it to be a little action adventure.
Yeah.
You would want it to be like Indiana Jones, but horror.
Yeah.
Like overtly horror.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
But between your picks, for me, I think Iron Giant's perfect. And Spider-Man 4, I don't think you can properly cap it off with, even if any of the rumors are to be true about like Sam Raimi closing off some of Tobey Maguire's storyline in the Multiverse of Madness, or whatever this, what is it called? The Spunk. That's what whatever that Spider-Man acronym is. I always think of the word Sputnik.
That's a better thing to think of than what I think of. So
what do you think of?
I think of spunk, which is a good quality to have if you're in America, or it's a slang term for baby batter in the UK.
Yeah, I would say I would say Spider-Man 4 will be the one I'm most champion, because like if we're gonna get like a gazillion different Batmans now and a bunch of different Spider-Man movies, we might as well just get that Spider-Man 4 out of the way. Just cap it off, because I feel like that's another one that I think people have really been wanting. And let's face it, we've heard so much of what Sam Raimi went through. That poor Sam Raimi. What Sam Raimi dealt with for Spider-Man 3. That he deserves a chance to properly cap that off. Like Spider-Man 1 and 2 opened up the door for so much. And some people still hail Spider-Man 2 as one of the greatest comic book movies ever. You might not agree with that. I agree with that statement. What do you think, John? Throwing it to you during this live stream.
I agree for the most part. I mean, like, Spider-Man 4 is the one that spiritually I would be like, yes, Sam Raimi, let's do it. Bring in Morbius now that they're making Morbius, because I think that was his original plan. But just to play devil's advocate, or to go a slightly different route, I think the one that would be I would root for is Van Helsing 2, because it has something to prove, and I still think the concept is good. Whereas I've seen a couple really good Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. I like Spider-Man 3 despite its many flaws. And Iron Giant 2 is one where I'd be like, cool, I'll definitely show up. It's one of my very favorite movies, but I also don't feel like it needs it. So, I would probably pay for Spider-Man 2, but I would root in my heart for Van Helsing 2.
But as we're saying this, I'm seeing people in the chat bringing up The Amazing Spider-Man 3. Would you want to see The Amazing Spider-Man 3, John?
You know what I think they should do? It's in order to please everybody, they shouldn't just make one. They should just make everyone. So, yes, I want Amazing Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man 4, Spider-Man Far From Home 2,
and then a proper
Spider-Verse
sequel for Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah.
Just do Far From Home 2.
Far From Home 2.
And then whatever the other 3 was supposed to be.
And then Spider-Man's My Homie, which is part 4.
Just cap it all off.
Yeah, definitely.
Karen in the chat showing you a lot of love right now.
I've seen sequels to Myself and Us through Karen, and Mean Girls too.
If you guys want my Joker 2 pitch, I'm seeing that in the chat. Make sure to go check out the latest. I think one of the latest movie fights, maybe the last one. You should go check it out. Where I pitched my version of it.
I like that people are shouting out sequels that are definitely like shot and are coming. Like Venom 2.
Venom 2, where is it? God
Venom
damn it.
2, Matrix 4. I'm like, guys, you're getting
They're
your wish
coming.
already.
Don't worry.
You're fine.
And then let's see here. Verdugo Silver. God, I've always loved that name whenever I read it. It sounds like a street in Glendale.
Verdugo.
Does it?
Verdugo. Yeah.
All right.
Either a Treasure Planet 2 or a live-action Treasure Planet.
John, what do you think of that, John?
You know,
John?
Our old dear friend Elsie took me to a like Disney animation screening of Treasure Planet back in the dia.
Is that when you lost your virginity?
Yeah, when I was like 11 or whenever that movie came out. We went. I would be down for either or of those because I think Treasure Planet is one of those movies where like even if it didn't fully connect and it wasn't all that it could be, there's so much great imagination there and some beautiful animation there. So like I wouldn't be bummed out for a Return to Treasure Planet in a way that isn't like one of those it's Treasure Planet 1.5 straight to video, kind of things. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Thank you so much for Verdugo Silver. I've never seen Treasure Planet, so I can't properly comment on it, but I appreciate you contributing here.
It's pretty decent. It's pretty decent. As I recall, Carter Lovejoy.
A Carter Lovejoy, always here every weekend.
Carter Lovejoy, the sequel. A sequel to Who Framed Roger Rabbit would be...
It would just start off, it would be the same title, and it would just start off, and it would be Roger Rabbit pointing at someone going, he did it.
That's the guy. That's the guy. We finally found him.
The end.
Case closed. And then the rest is just a legal thriller where there's not much drama because the guy's going to go away, but it's really hard to watch Roger recount the events,
But a sequel to Roger Rabbit is something people have wanted for a very long time, but I kind of wonder if it would... I don't get the impression. You know what? A lot of people don't give Roger Rabbit enough credit for of what really helped make that work is Bob Hoskins' performance.
Yeah.
And
A+. Yeah.
He really helped sell that world. Mm-hmm. No, he's not the animator, and he's not any of the animated characters, but so much of his performance helped ground it in a sense where you can buy what's going on. His reactions to everything made it feel lived in to the point where it seemed like he was really acting with people to a certain extent,
He carries that movie in a way that is really easy to forget about because there are cartoons literally walking around. But like so much of that, I feel like he really is the unsung hero of that movie.
He really is. So, I mean...
And a Roger Rabbit 2 would actually get people excited for a Robert Zemeckis joint.
And then who would you replace Bob Hoskins with?
Richard Jenkins.
Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany fucking Haddish. Just throw her in there. Why not?
I like Tiffany Haddish. I'm sure it would work. It'd be fine. Matilda too. Yeah.
I would like it if they got like one of those super. When they do that weird casting where you get like a super ass edgy comedian and you put him in some family proper. Like you got like Dave Chappelle in there or some shit.
Yes.
Skip Bill Burr. Those are the kind of ones I would want.
Mm-hmm.
And then thank you, Gene. You know what I love about Gene when you super chat too? You never have a question.
No, Gene. No.
You guys are live. Thank you.
I was just watching Tyrone's reaction to your Tyrone.
I was watching it too, man.
Yes.
Congratulations. You got him to do it.
Thank you for verifying that we are live, Gene.
Yes.
That is a service.
And then, we got a couple of, and then we'll go back to the chat and just... I love all the pics you guys have so far.
Yeah, dude. Look up a backslash on Google.
I don't know what just happened right now.
It's okay. You Googled a backslash, but that's
I Googled
okay.
a backslash. And I lost it all.
All right.
And then we got Kyle Sackett over here over at Streamlabs. Thank you, Kyle.
Actually,
we got a few. Holy shit.
We got Kyle. We got Kyle again. We got Eric. Let's drag that right over.
John, you got this, John.
I got this. Okay, here we go.
John, fix it, John.
So
we're losing viewers by the
first
second.
one of the day.
Everything is out of control. Everything's out of control.
All right, we're gonna move Kyle Sackett's to the very top.
Really quick, I just want to read a quick one. Whoever shows up first in my eye here. Mad Max Wasteland from Galaxy McFly, another Mad Max follow-up.
I would be down.
That
Knives
would be a
Out
great
2,
one.
also a good one.
Knives Out 2 is happening already.
That's right. Whoops, my bae.
Ooh, I love the pick of Luke Cage season 3 in the chat.
Yes.
Bring back all those. I think you should do a Defenders movie, cap off all the Netflix characters. That would be my solution there for it.
Also, Team America 2, now is the time, and Real Steel 2, now's the time.
You guys have
Kyle.
some fucking great picks in
There
there.
are
I can't wait to go through all these in a second.
Big Fish 2. Okay, here we go. Kyle Sackett.
Thank you, Kyle.
I'd be
John,
curious.
if people
Thank you, Kyle.
contribute.
Thank you so much, Kyle. Where are my manners?
Thank you.
I'm a dick, okay?
You know what it is? It's that
I'm a
white
large
privilege talking right there.
I know.
You
I'm
know?
like,
you can't just go out of your way to
this
just
is
say
what my life
thank
is
you
about,
for a
is people
split
giving
second.
me money
You
for
just
not doing
say
anything. This is
thank
what
you.
being white is about, getting money for doing nothing. So, I'm just letting Kyle know that I appreciate him the white way.
You just insulted 10% of our viewers. All right, let's go here.
I would be happy if only 10% of our viewers were white. I don't know.
Oh,
It'd be
what
fine.
a white guy thing to say.
I'd be
John, you can't win. You realize it. Not
you. You are the worst of us, John.
You are winning in life, but not online. Let's realize
Not
this.
in the court of public opinion. I'd be curious, instead of a movie sequel, are there any movies you'd rather see made into a sequel series or spin-off series? Recent video game announcements had me curious. That's an interesting question. A sequel, but that's expanded.
Movies that are made, you'd rather see made into a sequel series or a spin-off series. Oh, I think it would be cool if we kept Ben Affleck's Batman, his story continuing on the HBO Max program. That'd be pretty neat. Or if we got, actually, that would be pretty fucking cool. I wouldn't mind it. Weren't they doing like a Treadstone series?
Yeah.
As I remember, I had that idea forever ago, and then they eventually announced it, but I never got around to the actual show. But I always thought that would be pretty cool. But I think in terms of, to answer your question, I think the bottom line is, I think if you're going to adapt any video game, almost any video game, it's rare where I can think of a game where I'm like, yeah, that should just be a movie. Most of them, I think, should be a TV show because the amount of time it takes to even play a video game is longer than any fucking movie. All right?
You could have a 22-episode season with no filler based off a video game.
Exactly. You could do you could honor everything in the game in a show, and you could also expand upon it and explore it even more. Trigger button, I'm going to bring up a video game, The Last of Us. If you're going to do a Last of Us adaptation, the show is the way to do it. And I think if that goes that way for any... Like, Jordan Vogt Roberts really wants to do his Metal Gear movie. And I'm really intrigued because he really, really is championing for that Metal Gear movie. And he has, like, concept art done and everything. But at the same time, I'm like, I've played a good chunk of those Metal Gear games. I haven't played them all, but I've played at least half. And I'm like, how can you possibly convert one of these into a movie? It's impossible. You can't do it.
Well, yeah, because and the missions in those games are very linear. Like you do
Yes.
so much in one place for so long that it's like there's no way to do a proper Metal Gear movie. I don't think.
Like, I mean, Glitchy in the chat is bringing up Street Fighter right now, and Street Fighter is another one that I think what was a great adaptation of Street Fighter? The anime show. I think the anime show is actually called Street Fighter 2 because
Sequel.
When Street Fighter 2 came out, that just changed a lot of fighting games for a very long time. And I think even with that, the world, the characters, and the fact of like maybe when you play the Street Fighter games growing up, you were just fighting. You weren't that invested in the storyline. But you come to find out, and I think more fighting games go more into it now than before. All these characters have a rich lore and a rich history that you can only properly explore them in a television format. So, I think for any spin-off game, to say the least, you gotta do a shit. That's the solution. And if one TV show adaptation can pull it off, we're going to get a whole slew of them. That's the way that this business works. Trust me, I know. I talk to the top of the top.
I'm on the phone with Jeff Hollywood every night.
Jeff Johns and I are best friends.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got a lot of control over the DCU.
Yes.
That's great.
They're making a Baby Driver 2. People are championing so much for it in this live stream. They're making one, guys.
Are they? Is Ansel okay?
Don't worry. Ezra Miller's still working. Ansel's going to keep working. Everyone's going to keep working. Armageddon 2. I would love to see that.
Space dementia.
It's happening. You know, it would be great if they did an
Happening
Armageddon
again. 2,
and then it was Bruce Willis still survived, and that's what it's about. And he comes back. It's kind of like the ending of Fan Four Stick, where he comes back.
Or Sunshine,
and he's
yeah.
like the Armageddon. And if he comes
Yeah.
to the planet, and Liv Tyler has to be like, no, Daddy, I am conflicted. What do I do? You're my dad, but you're also a meteor in humanoid format. It's a great chance for Bruce Willis to phone it in again, because he just
Dude,
has to
I
play.
love it when he does
He
that.
has to play a meteor human. You know how great would that be?
Woo! You know what I think would work actually as a spin-off series instead of trying to do another sequel movie is Jurassic Park. I would do Jurassic Park the show rather than the movie because I think you can just do more. I think you could do what you would have done in any movie and also more in a show environment that's maybe like 10 episodes or 8 episodes or something that's
You
not too-
lost me.
Thanks.
You lost me, John.
Well, you know, that's my goal.
I'm all for subjective opinions and all,
Yeah.
but you can go fuck yourself with that goddamn
Gotcha.
Jurassic Park
Yeah.
idea. You know?
Ghostbusters. I would
Alright.
rather see a Ghostbusters show than another Ghostbusters
I think they should
movie.
reboot Straight Outta Compton
As a
with an
show.
all-female cast.
Yes. Why can't there be a female Easy and a female Ice Cube and a female DJ Ren and a female Dr. Dre?
Do a Call Me by
MC
Your Name
Ren, sorry.
sequel. Call it Call Me by My Name, bitch.
31 sequels is called 32.
And then what's this next one? Yeah, there we go.
There we
and
go.
Kyle Sackett, thank you for another one, buddy. That's how you say thank you before you read someone contributing.
Oh, wow. This was enlightening. Thanks.
Pretty easy, John. It's
Thank
pretty easy. You don't have to overthink it, goddammit.
Yeah.
As for movie sequels, I'd love to see a Blade 4 with Wesley Snipes in an alternate MCU universe or as a one-off rated R film. Also, Boondock Saints 3 could be entertaining. That it would be. And plus, that director needs it. It's the only film he's allowed to make. I don't know if you guys know about that director's
Yeah.
story, but he is only allowed to pretty much make Boondock Saints movies.
How's that going for him right now?
I would love to see a Blade 4 to some extent. Knowing the way how comic book movies are going now, once we get this new Mahershala Ali Blade movie off the ground, soon there'll be a Bladeverse, okay? And then we'll have Wesley Snipes appear in that Blade movie, and then we're going to be set, and everyone's going to be a happy camper. You have nothing to worry about.
That's the main concern with comic book movies now is I'm like, okay, it's going to be like the actual books in the future where you have like a whole bunch of different series that are like team-ups and solos all running at the same time, and the only unfortunate part is that, Wesley Snipes or Tobey Maguire or, some of these guys might die before they get their chance to come back,
Very true.
Oh, goodness. Should we do one more from the streams before we go?
Yeah, we'll do two more, and then we're gonna just take a break from the chats that you guys have been sending our way, which we really do appreciate.
Eric the Horseman.
Eric Horseman, thank you, dude.
Eric,
Thank you. That's a major contribution, buddy.
Bang on.
As expected, we're at the point now where we can't be like, Eric, don't break your wallet. Now we're at the point with Eric where it's like, I expect nothing less.
Yes. And this is actually a comment
Go
that
below
was
50, Eric. I'm going to be like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
Wow, you're really letting yourself slip, Eric.
We have tried to get Eric to stop. It's super
We have
chatting.
threatened Eric.
So I'm like, dude,
We have
we
gotten a
don't-
restraining
We're
order.
living in COVID. We appreciate any contribution that comes our way, but don't sweat it. Oh, seriously.
It's okay. It's okay because Eric Horseman has to say, thank you, Eric Horseman. The Neo Blomkamp alien that should have been done instead of Ridley Scott's crap sequels. Sorry for shouting.
Wow. You should have given viewers a heads up that you're going to yell. This is not
I-
live.
I'm put my mouth away from the
This
mic
is
a little
not
bit.
live. You're
I
going to
put
hurt
my
our
mic away
audience's
from the
ears.
mouth a little
Do
bit.
you know how many times we get complaints about our audio already?
All the time. I read
All
them.
the time. I know. I read them too.
I know.
And we never
And we don't
fix
do
it.
anything. This was on my list, though. Shouted or not, bleeding ears or not, Neil Blomkamp's Alien 5 was definitely on my list of sequels I wish had come to fruition.
I agree. This is the 90 times. The thing about Eric's super chats is most of the time when he contributes something, he always says something where I'm like, God, I wish I was familiar with that movie. This is one where I'm like, oh man, I'm so bummed this hasn't.
I have
come
an
to fruition.
opinion about this.
This should have gotten done. But the good news is Alien and Predator are now with Marvel, so we can get more PG-13 properties of these projects.
Dude,
that's the exciting thing, right?
Iron Man versus Predator, written and directed by Shane Black.
Ooh, that would make everyone happy.
It would make everyone
He knocked both of those out of the park.
Are some of the most beloved in their respective franchises. Way to go.
So beloved. And then let's just do this one more.
Yeah.
And then, we're going to do a speed round of all the picks that you guys have. I've been, what we've been doing and looking at the super chats and stuff is looking at what you guys have been putting down. You guys have some awesome fucking picks that
You do.
I know we're going to be riffing on.
Pat yourselves on the back while we read from Ethan Holgate. Thank you, my darling. Hi, guys. Very happy you loved The Last of Us Part 2. Greg.
You are part of the 70% of people that were glad I did.
So did I. So did I. Such an amazing story and game. Also, sequels I'd like to see would be Alita 2, Hancock 2, I Am Legend 2,
After Earth 2,
After Earth
Hitch
2,
The Legend of Bagger
Vance
Vance
2,
7 Pounds 2, Pursuit of Happiness 2.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I Am Legend 2. Shame they shame they chose the wrong ending. Lol. Upgrade 2 would be awesome. What are some sequels you want to see?
Well, I mean,
Upgrade 2,
we're
for sure.
going to be naming some of our Surrounds, so I appreciate you contributing here, Ethan Holgate. There's one that I saw come in very early on in this chat.
Sexy.
That I have second on my list, which is Sky High 2. Sky High, I think, is a completely underrated entry into live action Disney that I thought would be a big pile of shit, and I love that. I loved it. So I think I watched it twice in the theaters.
Damn.
Yeah, I wasn't reviewing anything. I just
Not bad.
really loved the movie, and I wanted to go watch it again. Sky High 2 is one that I really hope. I just hope more people watch Sky High 1.
I need to do that. I'm letting you down.
What the fuck, John?
I know. It hasn't surpassed.
You've seen all the Jeepers Creepers.
Oh! I've only seen the first one, and I hate that it's decent.
But but I like your picks. Hancock 2. I'm surprised
Hancock 2
Hancock 2 hasn't happened.
Because that's another one of those movies that had tons of potential and is pretty good for parts of it, and just has some areas where it didn't fully nail it. And so I would love to see Hancock 2. I would have loved to see Hancock 2.
It baffles me how Peter Berg always seems like he has a sequel that he's going to do, and it never comes true. Him and Mark Wahlberg both, generally speaking, do not.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the question. I appreciate your picks. I love all the ones that you said for it.
Mm-hmm.
But guys, let's see what's going on right here in the stream. Okay, I got this, John. Don't you?
Oh, thanks.
Don't
I'm
you
just gonna
fret,
stare
John.
into the camera.
Don't
for
you
a minute
fret. All right.
while you do that.
Okay, let's see. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? Man of Steel 2, of course. That's going to happen, guys. Don't worry. Man
you'll
of
be
Steel
fine.
will happen.
It'll happen.
Just make petitions, all right? DC listens to petitions. Just make more petitions
Hey,
and more petitions.
Tack $5 under your petition signature, and you might get something made even quicker than you expect.
I'm seeing here in the chat Django 2, Django Unchained 2.
Damn you to Django.
You know, there was a graphic novel or something, a comic book where it's Django meets Zorro. Or Django versus Zorro.
Something like that, yeah.
I actually think that would be a great idea.
That would be fucking cool.
That's the cool thing about the kind of worlds Tarantino builds is you hear that and you're like, I could see Tarantino making that work. I could see he put Sonny Chiba in fucking Kill Bill.
Yeah.
You know, and I think he can pull off Django going toe to toe with Zorro.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that would be cool, man.
Yeah, I would actually, or them even just at first being adversaries and then teaming up for something. I would be down for either.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Ooh, 8th grade. Now we are in 9th grade. I like that. I like that, Kevin Shepard. Constantine too.
You could actually do a sequel to 8th grade.
I bet
You could do something where they're because it ends off where she ends junior high. You could do something where she's starting
high school. That's a whole other thing.
Or you go 4 years later. Or you do one of those Richard Linklater things, and you do one with Elsie Fisher, Bo Burnham, Reed Teams, where she's in 20 years.
And then she grows to be a 30-year-old, before our very eyes. Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm saying you just do 9th grade where she's 20 years old.
Oh, okay, yeah, of course. Yeah, we would have done that anyway. I mean, we wouldn't be able to start shooting until she's at least 20.
They should do an 8 Mile, like Carter's saying 9 Mile. They should do an 8 Mile too. with 8 Mile and Get Rich or Die Trying, where they cross over.
I see 1,000 Words 2 from A Glutton for Punishment, and
you got to shout out this Donovan Kemp comment.
Donovan.
This is the N2 set in 2020.
Ah!
Great comment.
If they could, man, like that is one movie I would be like, yeah, start production, whatever. Do it.
The Other Guys too.
Yes.
It surprises the
Also surprised.
fuck out of me.
Yeah.
How we got a Daddy's Home 2. But we
And
didn't
not
get
Another Guys
We
2?
didn't get The Other Guys 2. Why not?
It seems somehow more marketable, but I don't know.
You got to get a Godfather 4, obviously.
Definitely.
You got to get a Schindler's List 2, where Schindler comes back from the dead. I want them to.
Schindler's Addendum.
You hear those jokes all the time, like Titanic 2 or Scarface 2. Why haven't someone just had the balls to go and just go, fuck it, we're doing this. Let's try. When Bruce Lee died, there were like Hong Kong films of like Bruce Lee back from the dead. Other people played Bruce Lee.
Oh yeah.
Why can't we do that with our
Yeah.
films? Just like make these terrible fucking schlocky ass movies where like Scarface is a zombie or something, and his still goal is to still take over Florida.
That's what the asylum should be doing.
Why
That's
not?
what
It
they
would be
should
so
be doing.
fun.
Like this is the kind of thing. Like we need our own production company so that we can waste money on this nonsense.
Yeah. Constantine too. Constantine's another one that I see a lot of love for.
Constantine, yeah.
They should get more.
28 months later, that's one for sure. And Maria Hammond, it is Saturday. Check your calendar.
Well, dude, it's because she probably got the notification bell where it's Saturday night.
Yeah.
And so some people were like, oh, this must be a premiere video where it's going to go live on Saturday.
I'm going to sit here and wait for the premiere for 24 hours. I know. Rush Hour 4, directed by Brett Ratner.
I don't want a Rush Hour 4. I do want a Shanghai Dawn.
Yeah.
That was the title they gave forever ago. Still hasn't come out.
No. And I
bullshit.
heard like a vague, like maybe it'll happen again like recently, but
Yeah.
I really wish it would.
Ooh.
I think Owen Wilson and Jackie Chan are both in a position where they could do it.
Real Rejects 2. Yeah. Replace you with Patrick Hogue.
Yeah, he's a better version. He's got a better haircut.
28 years later. That's another one that I'm surprised hasn't been done.
Yeah.
I mean, Danny Boyle was willing to let that franchise go right away. So I don't know why they haven't. Normally it's like, if we have a good story, but
Well, people like 28 Weeks Later.
I know. Why haven't they done it?
I don't know. Someone's slacking off. Get Alex Garland on the horn.
Okay, guys, we're going to go back to the Super Chats in just a minute, but I wanted to say another one really fast.
Trick or Treat 2. Yeah.
I wanted to say we should get, what the hell's on my list here? Okay. World War Z 2.
Ooh.
We should get I was very excited at the prospect of David Fincher doing a zombie movie with Brad Pitt.
Yes,
Their
I
work
was
together is awesome. David Fincher always brings a wonderful psychological angle to it. I don't know exactly what happened, but the fact that it's not happening anymore is a real bummer to me.
Somebody just commented 28,000 years later, which eventually would be like the sixth sequel or something.
It's just
like
them
that.
surviving the sun imploding, and that's what it is.
Yeah, then you can cross it over with Sunshine, get Cillian Murphy back.
If you guys are here, make sure to hit that like button. Let's go back to the Super Chats, John. What do we got?
The Game Lover, thank you so much.
Thank you, Game Lover. Appreciate you showing your support.
And living up to the Game Lover's name, I love The Last of Us 2. It's a masterpiece. No, it's bad. No, I would wait. It's a masterpiece. No, it's it bad. No. Would I give it a 10 out of 10? No. Would I give it an 8? I feel the bad reviews are from religious people. So 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
I feel the bad reviews are from religious people.
8 out of 10.
Let's all be religious folk.
But the Game Lover still loves this game. So yeah. And something tells me that religious folk may make up for a small margin of the people who are against the game, but I have a feeling it's a different group.
I'm very much like I'm with The Last of Us 2. So many people want me to like, not so many, but a good handful of people want me to do videos with them on it. And I'm like,
Do everyone.
I don't know if I want to, man. You know?
Become the Last of Us 2
Like,
guy.
I really avoided every review for that like the actual reviews when they were coming out. I avoided every review, especially while I was playing the game. And before I even uploaded our review yesterday, I was like, I'm not reading or listening to any review because I don't want any of other people's opinions like intercepting my brain and fucking with me, basically, because that game has developed such a unique passion that I love experiencing when it's, especially when I'm like, oh, I really am feeling passionate about it, whether it be positive or negative, because it is like there are some things where people hate it and I'm like, I don't get it. I really don't get why you hate it. And this is one of those games where like 3/4 of the way through this 30-hour gameplay experience, I was like, I really get why people hate this game, and I also really get why people love this game. And some people think it would be like a fun debate time for me to like debate with you about like someone who doesn't like it. I'm like, I don't want to. I'm not interested in that, man. I just want to like the game I fucking like.
Yeah,
And if you want my opinion, it's in a 55-minute video. Like, just go watch that shit. You know. Anyway.
I'm sorry to break from the super chats, but I did have to shout out Rizzo Gaming said an 8 Mile sequel, which I think is a terrific idea because, you know, I really want to see a movie about Eminem trying to figure out why people don't respect his music as much as they used to and getting mad about that.
Thank you guys so much. But thanks, Game Lover.
Game Lover, never lose your nerd. Thank you so much.
With the bird turd of the word. Alita Battle Angel 2.
Alita, yes, sir,
it's gonna
ma'am,
happen.
and otherwise.
It's going to happen with half the budget.
God, if only fans would sign petitions for that movie. Katie Orlando.
I think Alita Battle Angels. What are you just skipping right over that shit? What the fuck just happened?
No, let's do it.
You just moved right over it.
Let's talk more about Alita Battle Angel.
Why'd you just? Everyone else we like talk of it, and you're just
because
like Alita Battle Angel. Okay.
I was teasing you. I was like, maybe we'll lose him. No, we're never gonna lose our nerd. We're never gonna lose our nerd,
John. You know that.
I know nothing.
All right. Most people who like read their super chats are like, oh, thanks, cool, nope, and then move on. No. We
spent 40 minutes on each one.
There's a reason these are way too long. All right. But yeah, Alita Battle Angel. I really would like a sequel to that.
I would be there.
I really did enjoy it.
Opening day.
And we did talk about Alita Battle Angel earlier, so we already covered. Let's move on.
Yes, agreed. Katie Orlando.
Katie Orlando back in the chat. Hi, Katie. Good to see you again. Thank you.
Hitchhiker's Guide, Us, Hereditary, and District 9.
Whoa, those are like 2 out of 4 of those are movies where I just can't imagine a sequel.
And 2 of them where I'm like, definitely.
I'm going to slightly spoil Us, slightly if you haven't seen it. But I just feel like the sequel would be the boy talking to Lupita Nyong'o's son, the whole movie just watching his mom going, you my mom? You my fucking mom? That'd just be the whole movie.
I've been through this once before. I don't trust you.
Man, I saw some weird shit underground at that one goddamn amusement park. You my mom?
I found myself in the ancient wizard's cave or whatever.
That's all I would imagine there. But
good. The simp police are here to arrest simps.
What would Hereditary 2 be?
I guess we'd have
him
to
taking
follow
over the
him
world.
And, him becoming like the leader of some coven or some shit. Hitchhiker's Guide works great because there are like hella books in that series.
District 9 should have gotten a sequel.
And District 9 is the one out of all of these where if they did a like many years later sequel and took advantage of the many years later aspect of that, I actually would be totally fine with The Gap, I guess. Because that's a movie where I loved it. It's great. It's crisp. And I would love like a decade or 20 years down the line sequel to that.
I agree with you, John. Ooh, you know, Pineapple Express 2 would be grand.
Ooh, especially now that marijuana is mostly legal in the States.
Yeah. That's the only reason I want to go on the Joe Rogan show. It's just to fuck with him and be like, let me tell you why weed's wrong. And then after he yells at me for 20 minutes, I'd be like, I'm just kidding, buddy.
I'm just messing with you.
Pack that bowl, Joey.
The Game Lover is back, and the Game Lover wants a Last of Us movie out of development heel.
Dude, you're going to get a show, and trust me, it's going to be way better than what any movie would have to offer.
It's going to be the best.
Unless they just went a completely different route. You know what I mean?
definitely. Peter Pacheco.
Thank you, Peter Pacheco. Always happy to see your Captain Spaulding face in our chats.
Yeah, and always regrettably not having learned that Portuguese accent. Watchmen. Oh, no, wait, we're skipping. Okay, Girlfriend says Sucker Punch, Trick or Treat, Scott Pilgrim, Valerian, and the City of a Thousand Planets. Machete Kills, again in space.
All right, John, take it away. Which one do you want a sequel to there?
All right, I want Trick or Treat, definitely. Machete Kills again in space. Yeah,
They set it up.
I want it.
That was
they
supposed
set
to
it
be
up.
Leonardo DiCaprio, right?
Yes, I
Yeah.
want that shit, and I hope that enough time has passed where they can tighten it up past Machete Kills, because I liked Machete more than Machete Kills. Scott Pilgrim, there are hella books in that series, so sure, bring Scott Pilgrim back, definitely. Valerian, didn't see the actual movie, so I'm neutral. And Sucker Punch, I have seen. I wouldn't be excited, but I wouldn't be opposed. The movie is beautiful looking and not that fun to watch, and I would need some kind of overhaul in the tone to be really excited for a Sucker Punch too.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call.
But Trick or Treat is probably my favorite, just because there's so much you can do, and it's one of the few Halloween movies that's about Halloween tradition, Halloween time, imagery, etc. So I feel like that offers you a lot.
Well, you could always do an anthology movie follow-up with Trick or Treat and always keep it at Halloween.
Yeah,
you know, you just
100%.
gotta just go to a different city or state or something like that.
Yeah.
You can't keep that franchise going forever, but
No, just bring back the same.
you do
Anna
like 2 or 3
Paquin's back.
times, you
Dylan
know?
Baker's back. All the same characters
cool.
are back.
ooh, in the chat, Wanted to. Fucking love that.
That
call.
is a great call.
No idea why Wanted to hasn't come out. Thank you for mentioning that, Hisham. Good call.
And shouts
damn.
out to Danny Elfman's Little Things song from that movie, because I still bump that jam.
You know, really quick, you know why I think a Wanted 2 hasn't come out? Is because all of the attention about that was, well, Angelina... Okay, guys, I'm going to spoil Wanted for you. Angelina Jolie gets shot in the head, all right? Fox is her name, right? She's Fox. What's Morgan Freeman's character's name? Okay, whatever. Angelina Jolie's Fox, who in the comics I believe is a black girl. Isn't that interesting? So I think Angelina Jolie, she gets killed in that movie, and so much of and James McAvoy wasn't, as famous as he is now. So I think a lot of people are like, well, what's the point of doing it if Angelina Jolie's not around? But guys, James McAvoy is awesome in that movie.
Yeah.
And he really goes from this pitiful, cowardly dude into a real badass by the end of the movie. So, and it's James McAvoy, man. It's fucking James McAvoy.
He can do
your
about
Wanted sequel.
about anything.
Why isn't your Wanted sequel even in development? What's going on? What are you doing, Juan?
I'm just I'm doing a little bit of chat room moderation at the moment. That's all.
We need to get a moderator.
I know. I don't know
What are
how
you
that
looking for?
works. A username that somebody was not too pleased at, and I'm trying to see if there's a brewing and that I need to
About
boot
what?
someone
What are you
for.
talking about?
It was a comment from Ashutosh Y. This beautiful bliss guy can go fuck himself with a cactus.
Well, if he pops up, we'll get rid
Now
of
I'm
him.
looking
Don't
for
worry.
beautiful bliss.
So,
I'm like,
John, you're too distracted, man.
sorry, Disney Star Wars. Beautiful Bliss is back.
Oh, he is? Hey, Beautiful Bliss, what's up, man?
Okay, beautiful.
So
Bliss.
you were searching for Beautiful Bliss in the chat.
Oh yeah, and
it
I was
had
being a real dum-dum.
It had 9
was being a
different
real
bliss.
dum-dum.
We do Control F, and it has the keyword bliss, and it was all in the super chats this whole time.
Okay, so
You
I'm.
were like,
I
And
know
then I
that's
was
a
like,
great impression.
John,
Holy shit, that was me.
and then I was like, oh, he's in the super chat.
Wait a minute, did time move backwards
It
just
did.
a minute
It
ago?
really did. This is how you do impressions.
Wow, guys. Damn.
Impressions 101 right here.
Well, Beautiful Bliss, I still love you until I
love
find a
his
reason
name.
I shouldn't. Disney Star Wars remake is what you would like.
I love it.
You're not alone. I'll give you that. You're
I
you're
love
not
Beautiful
alone.
Bliss's like that idea. I mean, I love doing that video. That's probably my favorite video we filmed all week.
Oh God, yes, I did really have a blast shooting and listening back to that video. That's
Because that one is like I sometimes I'm like, what do I put in the title of this thumbnail? And then I was just think, well, this does sound stupid. but I really do want it at the same time.
Yeah.
Why don't we just put that in the thumbnail? You know, because this, if you guys haven't heard this like ridiculous rumor going around about them doing a like remaking not making the latest trilogy canon and then making a new canon for episodes 7, 8, and 9. It's a silly idea. Like, it's so stupid. And I really think it is just a rumor. I don't think there's actual like real credibility to it. That being said, if it is being plotted, if it is being considered, I would love to see it. I just would love to watch it become even more of a clusterfuck.
In a geek show, yeah.
At this point, I would love for it to be a clusterfuck.
Let it
It'd be
let
so
it be
fun.
a geek show, and yeah, I'll be there.
Watch Disney burn Star Wars to the ground.
Yeah, watch Disney get all Warner Bros. About this.
It would be so fun.
Yeah.
I'd hate it too at the same time, but I'd also love it. It would be all the emotions all wrapped up into one beautiful burrito of a movie.
Ooh, that sounds like a nice experience.
And then Michael Swift.
Miguel, I hear, thank you, that they were working on a sequel to Don't Breathe. I have heard this too. I would definitely be down to see it. I mean, Fede Alvarez is somebody whose name I always look out for, unless it's I didn't actually see The Girl in the Spider's Web.
They would call it Stop Breathing.
Hold your breath.
Hold your breath.
Keep not breathing.
Breathe through your nose. We'll get there. We'll get to a funny one.
Oxygen
We're gonna
tank.
get to a funny one right here during a live stream.
It'll be
we'll
called
figure it
scuba
out.
gear.
We'll work through this brainstorm session right now. Yeah.
It'll be called Them Pipes.
They ended in a way where you could get a sequel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
What the fuck would it be?
it would just be the
Would it
same
be
thing,
them-
but out in
those
the
two
open.
again?
Yeah, it
Would
would
it be
be those
those
two,
two?
but out in the open.
Would
or
he
something.
be like on an adventure going through? I would actually love. You know what I would love if you did a sequel to Don't Breathe and you did it for Stephen Lang.
Yes.
You did it from Stephen Lang's perspective.
Okay, yeah, where
Even
you're
though he's a
following
total
him.
fucking creep in that movie, but
No, he's not a he's a bad guy.
I think if he was like setting out on some type of revenge mission,
Yes. I mean, that's what he's doing
that
at
would
the
be
end of
cool,
that movie.
right?
Yeah. Mhm.
That'd be really cool.
My manager's right here, Karen. Don't worry.
Karen's in love with you.
Beautiful Bliss. Let's do one more from the Supers and then maybe do a Streamlab. You down
Dear
for that?
Beautiful Bliss, let's see here.
Beautiful Bliss. Series of unfortunate events.
You got a whole TV show, man.
You did get
You got
a TV
everything
show.
for it. I appreciate the super chat.
And I like both.
There's a whole TV show. And I generally think with where TV is at now, a lot of times, generally, I think adaptations for the most part are kind of better in a TV show format. For the most part, I would say so, you know?
Yeah, I would agree with that. You just have, especially from like book source material, you just have so much more room to spread your
absolutely.
wings and your legs and all your appendages.
People already want a Quiet Place 3 and Fast and Furious number 50.
It's really time. All right, so we got Kyle Sackett back on the Streamlabs page. Thank you so much.
Thank
my
you,
darling.
Kyle Sackett.
Very excited for the Last of Us series project at HBO as well as Fallout. I just heard about this. Very excited.
There's a Fallout show happening?
Yeah, the Jonathan Nolan and the woman
flew
who
over
helped.
this one's head.
I think they just announced it yesterday, but yeah, it's Jonathan Nolan and the other woman who created Westworld together are creating it. And,
Of course, you know the guy's name.
I feel really bad about that.
But
yeah.
you don't know the woman's name.
I don't, and I feel bad about
there
that.
goes that
I
white
would love
privilege
to
mouth
know.
of yours again.
That's right.
Ah.
I just hope that
But Jonathan Nolan's a great filmmaker. I just got to point that out.
he is.
He's great.
Sure.
He's way better than whoever that woman is. I'm just joking.
Because of his dick. No, okay. Very excited for Last of
We're
Us.
just fucking around.
I hope that I'm going to assume this is the Last of Us series, that they can keep the character development arcs on par with the game. Also, one last movie, Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter 2.
That'd be fun.
I would
guy
go.
who did Wanted.
I don't like that movie as much as Wanted, but I did enjoy it more than I thought I ought to have. So I would be down for an Abe Lincoln
Yes.
Vampire Hunter 2.
I like that pick.
Yeah.
I like that pick. That's a great one. And I don't know. I think the Last of Us series, whatever I think they could probably do a lot of. What's the fucking word I'm looking for?
Retroactive continuity.
Maybe with Ellie and Joel to like make up for What's the word I'm trying to? Not course correction, but
like supplemental material, basically.
I don't know,
something to fill in the gap.
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, yeah, you could. I don't know the events of The Last of Us 2, but I'm sure that you could expand or have Joel be a presence in a different way from the game.
It would be so funny, just to piss off the audience even more, is if they cast Joel, but they made him like a transgender woman.
Or a trans man.
Or trans man.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Just whatever.
Anybody,
that's
yeah.
not a man.
Anybody that's not a white guy.
just to watch the uproar of people.
A queer black trans.
What the fuck is going on with The Last of Us?
A queer black trans woman should play Joel, just to really see everybody twist around.
I honestly can't remember the last time I was a part of. Like, I'm part of the fan outrage. I don't remember the last time I genuinely was like... There have been times where I'm like, what the fuck? Or like, I'm baffled.
Yeah.
But I don't know the last time I was like, this is such bullshit. You know? I don't remember that time. So now I just laugh at fan outrage.
Yeah. The last time, I'm trying to think of the last time I was outraged as a fan. The closest I probably came was BVS. And I just left the theater glum. I wasn't enraged. I was just glum.
Over it. Yeah.
Just like, there's no excuse for this. But
we'll get an Aquaman 2. What would Up 2 be about?
He's trying to resurrect his wife.
That'd be crazy.
It's a fantasy world. It's a fantasy world. Anything can happen. Never lose your nerd. Let's do one more from you. The Prodigy 2. The way it ended was cool and unexpected. The Prodigy with is that the movie with like Elijah Wood as like a crazy brilliant child?
Don't worry, John. I got this.
Get it.
Hey Siri. What is the Prodigy movie?
It's a biopic of the band The Prodigy.
It says, do I want to call Carmen or FaceTime Adriana? Apparently, the characters of The Sopranos are listed in my phone.
How do you engage with The Sopranos? Jesus. Okay, we're going to look up The Prodigy the old-fashioned way. We're going to avoid...
It's a 2019 film.
Yes.
No, it's not an Elijah Wood movie.
It's not Smack My Bitch Up. It's something else. It's, all right, here we go. The Prodigy 2019 is a horror film.
Oh, with the little child crazy boy.
Yes, okay.
And it was better than what everyone thought it would be.
Yeah.
It was like pitched as like a cliche piece of shit, and then it ended up being like actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this guy's done a couple movies that I've heard are pretty decent.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I can't speak to it, but I'm always down for a good horror sequel.
What about a Kick-Ass 3?
I'd be open to it. I didn't like Kick-Ass 2 very much, but I'd definitely be open to that world again. Like, I feel like Kick-Ass is a property where just if time has passed and you come back, sure, new shit could be happening.
What about Crank 3?
Down. And especially down for Good Burger 2.
What about... hold on. You know, I think, why didn't I mention that? Jumper. Jumper is an underrated movie.
Oh, okay.
I think I just really love Doug Liman.
You got a thing for the Doug.
I've liked every...
Born Identity is the best one in the series.
I'm pretty sure I've liked every Doug Liman movie. I can't...
You are the man's fan club.
I don't understand.
I'm glad Doug Liman has a fan club. Mars Attacks 2. Heck yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, you know what I really want? I want a proper Batman 3 with Michael Keaton to return under the helm of Tim Burton and do a Dark Knight Rises Batman Beyond style.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Okay. Beetlejuice 2. My God, I worked on a whole pitch like that with Andrew. John. Eric Horseman.
We got one more from Eric.
I expect nothing less, Eric.
Yes. This is the bare minimum of what I expect from you.
Thank you, Eric.
Eric says, Tu Wong Fu, thanks for nothing, J.K. Rowling.
What?
I actually just watched Tu Wong Fu.
What?
Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. Tu Wong Fu is the movie with Patrick Swayze, Wesley Snipes, and John Leguizamo when they all play drag queens. And
oh yeah,
yeah. And I literally just watched this again like a couple weeks ago. It's
topical.
It's a good movie. I mean, it doesn't have the greatest reviews, but I do enjoy it quite a bit. It's very feel good, and it's very it's very what's the word? Accepting. Cathartic, sure. Yes, Tu Wong Fu, thanks for nothing, J.K. Rowling. I would On the title alone, I would buy a ticket.
That's a great call. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you, Eric.
They should do a J.K. Rowling, they should do
Biopic.
a biopic of J.K. Rowling. Get Tilda Swinton to star in it, and it should start off right at the point where she got Twitter.
They should cast a trans actress to play
J.K. Rowling. Great.
just to really twist things up a little bit.
Yes.
Just get a terrific trans actress.
How do you like that, J.K.?
Just be like, oh, well, hey man, anybody can play anybody. If ScarJo is to be believed.
No, you don't need another. You don't need another Harold and Kumar. We don't need another Harold and Kumar. Those are done.
I would. J.K. Rowling aside, J.K. Rowling aside, I would be interested in a Cursed Child movie as much as I would feel conflicted about giving her money anymore. Judge Dredd 2 with Stallone.
Ooh, we should get the Dreadverse.
Dude, Dreadiverse! And then we can have both, and then eventually they can cross over and have Stallone meet Carl Urban.
That would be awesome.
Right?
I mean, honestly, I would love just Carl Urban and Stallone starring in a movie together.
Lord of the Rings 4.
With
The
Carl
Silmarillion.
Urban's badass fucking American accent that he does. And he has a badass Australian voice too.
He has a badass everything voice, except when he's Bones. He doesn't sound badass when he's speaking.
He's pretty badass.
He's a badass character, just his voice isn't.
What am I, a doctor?
Okay, fine.
He's pretty he has kind of got this old fashioned way of.
He's got that square jawed,
Yeah.
old fashioned American thing. Yeah.
But
Carl Urban's an underrated actor.
Scourge, where he's not really that
that
badass.
More wacky.
What would Oblivion 2 be, guys? Gosh.
Yeah, there's
Actually, no, wait. You could do an Oblivion 2. What the fuck am I talking about? You do an Oblivion 2.
just more Tom Cruises.
Ooh, Elf 2. That would be awesome.
Oh, with enough time passage, yeah.
I really feel like everyone loves what Will Ferrell does. That's not one of his mainstream big popular movies. But whenever he does something that's more under the radar, like this random Eurovision movie, people really like him. It's bizarre. They did an Elf 2. That Elf was an amazing, was an interesting experience at the box office. I remember that because no one really thought it'd be that good. People ended up loving it. It opened up at number 2, and then it's second week
And
it
they
went
climbed
to number 1.
up, yeah.
I've
seen a couple movies do that over time, and it's always True Grit was another one, the Coen Brothers one, where it climbed up after it opened at 3 or something like that, and then 2 weeks later it was number 1 for 4 weeks straight.
Do you guys remember that feeling of when a random original movie comes out, when it's not based off a comic book or a sequel, and then it just stays number 1 at the box office for so long? We want to experience that for so long.
Yeah. I want to see Splice 2. I do too, MWOC Ghost 74X.
Oh, Edge of Tomorrow 2. Why the fuck is that not an official, God damn it. Make it work
today.
Make it work, Tom Cruise.
Live, die, repeat. Don't mess with the Zohan 2 is a movie I would pay for. Ace Ventura 3, would you be down for Jim Carrey to come back?
No.
Goonies 2, while they're all older, sounds like a great idea.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off 2.
He's just an adult skipping work. He's just, at some meeting and the boss is calling his name Bueller, and he's,
His boss should be Cameron.
His boss?
Yeah.
Oh, see?
Remember that day we skipped work, Cameron? And we skipped school, Cameron? How great of a day was it?
Let's do it again.
We took my dad. We should do it again. I'm your boss, Ferris. Do you know how bad this would make me look, Ferris?
Dude, I love those kinds of sequels. Some sequels are great because they have such an inspired reason to continue, and some sequels are great because they absolutely don't have to, and sometimes leaning into that frivolity is a nice way of loosening yourself up.
Wait, is today Tom Cruise's birthday? Hold on.
I saw Scott Mantz post a picture of him, and that would explain why.
Hey, Siri. When is Tom Cruise's birthday?
I like Carter Lovejoy's getting Bill and Ted 4 in early.
July 3rd. He's 58 years old
Happy
today.
birthday, Tom Cruise.
They should do Passion of the Christ 2, replace Jim Caviezel with Tom Cruise.
Passion of the Christ Cruise.
He gets off that cross and starts running for it.
He runs.
They should remake
All
The
the
Last
way.
Temptation of Christ.
He runs up the rainbow bridge to heaven.
I'm not kidding. All right, this is gonna sound like I'm making some insensitive joke as an adult. When I was a little boy, and I was a very devoted Catholic, and I first started to wonder if I wanted to be a writer. One of my ideas was, and this wasn't like a joke movie. This was this would be a badass movie of Christ getting, because I was obsessed with the movie Jesus Christ Superstar. And I did it, and I really loved that movie. And I was like, it would be cool if we did a movie where Jesus got off the cross and he got revenge. And I thought that was an actual good idea when I was in second grade.
It's still a good idea.
And now it just sounds like I'm a man close to being 30 who's making an insensitive ass joke about religion.
It all depends on how you look at it.
When I was a kid, I was like, this would be a great way to honor God. That was an actual thought I had.
It wouldn't be a way to honor God, but it would be a movie I would be very curious to see. I'll give you that.
Why are we shouting? Is Anissa in the chat? Why are we shouting?
Why are we shouting Anissa's name so much?
see her
Hocus Pocus 2. I don't know if it would work now, but I would love it. I would be happy to see it. Yeah.
They should do a Lex Luthor movie starring what's his name? The fucking guy who was mean
Kevin
to that
Spacey.
female reporter. Yeah, Kevin Spacey. Get Kevin Spacey back. Brad Singer a helmet.
Which guy was mean to a reporter?
Fucking Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg. Yes, definitely. That's what.
Yeah. Oh, Ryan's noticing you're using the mug Anissa gave.
Yeah, Anissa's mug. There you go.
Anissa's
Adventures
mug.
of Tintin. I'm surprised for how much. Not in the States as much, but in the world, Tintin is a pretty big phenomenon. So I'm surprised we don't have more Tintin.
Let's catch up on some super chats, John.
CATCH.
Don't worry, we'll get a Jumanji 4. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it'll be fine. You'll be fine. Don't worry.
Lincoln 2. Link again. Linked up.
Alexander
Scream 5 is coming, don't you worry.
Alexander Del Risco in a video game. Thank you. In a video game perspective, Max Payne and Shenmue or Shenmue.
Oh, like a sequel to Max Payne?
That's what I'm guessing. Yeah.
Ooh,
But
that'd
maybe-
be fun.
So if we're talking about in a video game perspective, do you just mean like video game movies because they have made at least a Max Payne movie? Or are you just talking about you would want to see sequel video games to these?
Yeah, I
games?
mean, Shenmue's already a franchise.
Yeah. I don't know much about Shenmue, but like,
Oh, I'm the biggest Shenmue fan.
I'm just trying to see what they would share.
Did you know that
cross over.
77% of Google users liked Shenmue?
It seems like something
I know
that
this
would be
offhand. It didn't just pop up in my frame of.
It seems like it would be in up a lot of people's alley, but just not everyone's alley. So 70%
That's
is
true.
indicative of that.
I mean, in it, let me tell you about Shenmue that I know of mine. It follows a guy named Ryu Hazuki.
Oh.
And I know it so well. It starts off in 1987, John.
oh wow, and he's searching probably for his father's killer, is what I would guess. Right?
Yes, his father's killer named Lon.
Okay, yeah, and it's
Lon Di Rio.
and you're in an open world called Guilin.
Wow, we should write the Wikipedia page sometime.
I would love to see sequels to everything. Every sequel to these things, but would you still cast Mark Wahlberg?
He says check. He's in the chat right now. He's saying check my next super chat. I think he's
Okay.
clarifying, but we'll check it.
All right, we will.
But thank you, Alexander. Peter Pacheco back at it.
BACK, Watchmen, Constantine, John Wick, and as a joke, Cats 2 or Grease 3. I know somebody who would definitely want to see a Grease 3.
Who?
Several of my musical theater friends, but myself personally,
What a great answer.
but I want Cats 2.
You set the fuck up out of that greased.
Well, mainly my
I
friend.
know someone who would.
Mainly, my friend Haley would love
Ooh.
that. But also, I know a few people who are Grease 2 apologists who would also love that. But mainly, my homegirl in the TN. I would love Cats 2, though. I would be all about the butthole cut of Cats 2. And Constantine, Watchmen, I don't know if you could really continue Watchmen without,
Yeah, you can. They did
setting-
a whole show.
Well, no. I'm saying without setting yourself up to fall short of that mark, because like the show came out and everyone's like, I don't know, if this is gonna hit the mark. Anything that's like following up Watchmen. So like, I think you would have.
Show is the best show last year, right next to Better Call Saul.
Yeah, which is why I'm saying you would need. A sequel to the Watchmen show would be legit. A sequel to the Watchmen movie, I don't know so much.
Yeah, it'd be great. Dude, release the Snyder Cut.
It has been released. There's the Snyder Cut where you can watch Gerard Butler do the Mariner shit.
Dude, Simpsons movie 2. Why haven't we gotten that?
Definitely.
I heard it's a bitch to make, but I would love a Simpsons sequel.
King of the Hill movie for the first time.
They should make a. I think now would be the perfect time for a South Park sequel.
Yes, it would.
Because
it really would.
They would make the most fucked up jokes in this time, and they could get away with it.
Like now
and we need a few. We need those few mediums, those few people who can get away with fucked up jokes.
I'm telling you, they have already confirmed they're bringing back Beavis and Butthead. They're bringing back.
Really?
Yeah. And I was just talking actually with Erica about this the other day. Is like shows like that would be so perfect to come back now, and like King of the Hill is one of them, but South Park is another one, and they're still on. But,
I would love
like,
another South Park movie.
But yeah, like South Park as a movie to do what they did with that movie. Yeah, now would be the perfect time.
Yeah, exactly.
We got Nerd Chronic.
Eric,
our boy
Nerd
Eric.
Chronic.
A round of applause.
Thank you, Eric.
For Eric, because Eric does a lot of cool shit, but he also cuts the badass, awesome Schmodown intros and all sorts of stuff for the Schmodown. But like,
and he's edited for us too.
He's edited for us for our watch-alongs. The guy is a lifesaver, and he never sleeps.
And we pay him pennies.
We don't pay him well.
We pay him,
and we abuse him verbally.
In microwavable rice beads is what we pay that fucker in.
Yeah,
and we pay him less than the super chat that he just gave us.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Eric.
Yeah, fuck him. Just kidding.
No,
Awesome.
Eric's incredible, and he's helped us out in a lot more ways than you guys would. He's helped us out in so many ways I can't even begin to mention. Like, I don't think he'd want me to mention a couple of things.
Go listen.
He's literally jerked me up before a reaction just to help me relax, man. He's a really great guy.
He's jerked me off, man. He helped me hide that body. He's my heroin hookup.
But yeah, awesome Schmodown match this week, Greg. Oh, I get what you're doing. Guys, go watch my Schmodown match.
Yes.
Versus Mike
You're
the Killer Kalinowski. And it's my favorite Schmodown match I've ever been a part of. None with this guy. Because every time I'm in a match with John, it's always like, man, John needs a new partner. Or, man, remember John on the free-for-all? So this one's my favorite match. And then people were still like, man, those real rejects. But John.
No! And thank you for the wishes of luck for next week. I am sure that my match will be better than Greg's.
It's okay, man. You had that free-for-all a few years ago.
Yeah, so I literally don't have to do anything. Yes.
It's like inheriting a damn good will.
I wish it felt that way. Because every time I walk into one of these matches now, I'm like, oh, why did I have to do that and not live up to it?
Dude, my guy?
My guy.
What's up, buddy?
Me guy.
From NZ. Is that New Zealand?
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Not sure if it's sent before,
New
but
Zealand.
Iron Giant showing more of where it came from. So you do the Iron Giant. See, the problem is now I've heard so many Australian people and I've heard so many Kiwis talk that like I know some of the finer details, but it's hard to mess with that accent. Yeah, Iron Giant 2 is like a really tricky prospect to me because it's one of my favorite films of all time. I would be curious to see his home place. I would just be like so nervous going into that movie.
Okay, all right. Look, okay. A lot of people in this chat have been talking about Iron Giant 2. Let me pitch to you how I think you should do an Iron Giant 2. You do it not animated. You do it live action. And then instead of getting like a CGI version of the Iron Giant, you just put Vin Diesel in the role, and he has a white wife beater the whole time, right? Because that's the way we like Vin Diesel. Because a lot of people forget that Vin Diesel voiced the Iron Giant.
Yeah.
And then instead of a little boy that what you do is the Disney formula. Mm-hmm. You do the Disney formula where what's the little boy's name in that movie?
Hogarth.
Hogarth is now grown up and he lives a miserable life.
He's miserable
in the financial department. His wife doesn't appreciate him.
And he has these kids who he hasn't got
neglects
time
his
for.
Fucking children.
And the kids just want to love their
and
dad.
Then
and spend
one day, an Iron
time.
Giant shows back up, and no one believes
And it
him.
teaches
that
him
the
how to
Iron
use his
Giant is
imagination
here.
again. And then he's going to save the day at the business
and then he
office.
says, fuck you to his boss.
Yeah, man. I think that's the direction we should go, especially on the heels of the great treatment the Iron Giant
I'm
received
serious.
in
Do it
Ready
that
Player
way.
One. You know, it's the way it would go. It's the way it would be okay. It would work. I'm down. Let's do it. I love it. It's my favorite movie.
And then when Hogarth shoots his boss at the end, he goes, "I am not a gun."
This is a gun. Beautiful Bliss is back. Lethal Weapon. Thank you, with Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. You have been talking about your Lethal Weapon 5 idea for some reason.
I know, but then they did fucking Bloodfather, which is a great title. And they
did the Lethal Weapon TV show, which was underrated, but then that guy got fired from.
For being a person. Oh, what did he do? I forgot what he did.
You know, weirdly, I read a lot about that story, and I could never get a conclusive thing because there was a lot of, like, compelling... There was a lot of compelling stuff of people being like, I don't know, Clayne Crawford's pretty great. And a lot of people being like, I don't know, Damon Wayans just didn't give a shit and they didn't get along and he wanted him off the show and blah, blah. So I have no idea.
Well, I think, okay, another Lethal Weapon movie would just be depressing at this point. They're so old now. Like
Danny Glover is too old
like
for this
Danny
shit.
Glover is
as sad
too
as that
old
makes
to
me.
be on set at this point for that long in a lead role.
For that kind of movie.
And I wouldn't want to see him like how old is Danny Glover? Hold on, John.
You wouldn't want a Lethal Weapon movie that makes
Hey Siri. How old is Danny Glover?
Hey Siri. All with a
73.
natural...
Oh, he's only 73. He could get away with it. Never mind. I thought he was like 90 or something. I thought he was so much older.
You mean 70 makes all the difference? Like, nah, he's 70. He could do Lethal Weapon.
Whoa, Harrison Ford can, like, pass. And I feel like Danny Glover can pass.
Well, but the thing is, like, Harrison Ford, like, they gave a lot of his action shit to Shia LaBeouf or to Kylo Ren.
Look at the attention Nisa gets in this chat.
Is
It's
Anissa
so awesome.
even here?
Anissa's here, man.
I haven't
Anissa's
seen her
here.
name yet. Oh, damn. I'm
Dude,
not paying good
there.
attention. There she is. Oh, she just sent the super chits. Well, let's move forward.
Let's skip everyone. No.
Tiffany Hoffman.
Well,
in the
we
super
haven't
chat.
done the Lethal Weapon talk.
Oh,
yet.
sorry. Yeah, let's keep going. Lethal Weapon.
And truth be told, I think Mel Gibson will forever be in purgatory.
He is, because he was canceled at a time before we had
And
precedent.
then whenever
for that.
it seems like we're about to forget about it, no one wants you to forget about it. That's the thing. And you know what? I'm not going to say if that's the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do. Because honestly, it's probably the right thing to do, and I just don't want it to be that way because I grew up on the guy.
Well, yeah,
and that's the sad part. So, but when people always want to we don't want to let it. I mean, but should we? And I don't really want to have this discussion right now. I just don't think that
This
Mel
is the place
Gibson,
to solve this
This
issue.
is the place, a YouTube live stream.
This is where we're going to solve
civil
it.
discourse.
For everyone in America, we're about to solve this.
But yeah, I think I don't know. I mean, for him to just do a sequel to Lethal Weapon, I highly doubt it would be good at this point.
It's
You know what I'd be interested in?
Jet Li
if he directed it.
Ooh, and he wasn't actually in it.
No.
Or maybe a
He'd still
cameo.
be in it.
Oh, I see.
But
okay.
if he directed it, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably the way it would get made. To be honest with you, if Mel
True.
Gibson said, "I'll star and direct this,"
Yeah.
that's the
That'd be pretty
clearest.
cool.
That's the clearest road.
I
can
might be
see.
down for that.
Check back in a year.
And Danny Glover defends the fuck out of Mel Gibson.
I mean, I could definitely
And Alan
understand.
Tudyk really defended.
I could definitely see that maybe
Alan
Mel
Tudyk.
Gibson doesn't hate black people. Oh, no, I can't, actually. After what he said, no, I just thought back. I was like, no, he mainly hates the Jews. And then I remember the... and then I was like, nope.
It's just Jews. What the fuck are
Well,
you
no.
saying?
I'm only saying that Danny
What are you
Glover...
saying?
No. What I'm saying is this. Danny Glover comes from a different group of people. And so, I could see if Mel Gibson didn't have the voicemail, the phone calls where he says a bunch of derogatory things about black people specifically, I could be like, well, of course Danny Glover doesn't mind as much because he's not part of the group that Mel Gibson is famous for targeting. However, I remembered a few of the things he said on those phone calls, and I am a little bit like, I'm surprised Danny Glover is still his friend, given some of the things he said on those freaking phone calls. A pack of suggests a level of humanity that you're not considering. So I don't know. And Mel Gibson is a person for this debate who I don't know. I haven't seen his contrition. I don't know if he's grown as a person. I don't know what the evidence is.
If his shit came out now,
he would be gone.
He'd be gone because
dead.
When everyone gets called out, what's the first thing people say now? You got two sides. You got one side going, fuck this person, cancel. And then the other side is going, where's the evidence?
Where's the proof?
Where's the proof? And Mel Gibson hands the proof on like a silver platter
of fucking proof.
It's like
proof.
Like, you want proof? I got an hour's worth of proof for you.
You want a reason not to hang with me?
Well,
I got a few.
I just waterfalled this and it fell out and people are talking about shit on my chin.
Why did you waterfall it? I didn't drink from there.
All right, but thank you, beautiful Bliss. Tiffany Hoffman. Ooh.
Hannibal Buress, season 4.
She is the daughter of Jimmy Hoffman.
Of Detective Hoffman from the Saw franchise, played by Costas Mandylor.
Hannibal season 4 and Tango and Cash 2.
Tango and Cash.
Ooh, and then you know who you get in Tango and Cash 2 to be the villain? Mel Gibson.
Ah.
You can't, Arnold. Hannibal season 4. I think Hannibal season 4 is going to happen. It's strange how the
Hannibal verse.
No, it's not that. It's the fact that someone on Patreon asked us about Hannibal like a couple months ago, and I was like, sure. I mean, Olivia wanted to watch it, and we checked it out. I literally have one episode left on that show, on the final episode. And then suddenly I'm like, Jeremy Johns is reviewing it. It suddenly gets moved to Netflix. Like, all of these things start happening. And I was like, people are really championing for a season 4 of that show. So I think a season 4 is going to happen for Hannibal.
All right, I'll watch all of it over the weekend, and we'll review it on Monday.
You would love Hannibal.
I'm told.
Out of all the shit that the world is pressuring you to watch and consume, Hannibal is the one I can undoubtedly be like, you'll love that.
You should know this about me by now. That is one of those shows that I am just like, I can't start this in case Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. ends, and this is the show I start. Because it's a popular show that has had fans forever since it went off the air.
It's also just 12 episodes a season, unlike usual network TV.
It's doable.
Yeah, it's doable, man.
So,
but I would just watch it for yourself. It's too slow of a show for that, for the reaction.
That's good to know.
Yeah,
it's like Chernobyl. It's like
I
would have did Chernobyl reactions, but I'm like, that's a slow,
It's very deliberate, man.
All right. Chill Level TV, thank you for your love.
TV.
Tron 3 is a sequel I would like to see.
Ooh, well, sitting in my TP.
Sitting in my TP, taking a PP with my wee out. Screaming
Kung Fu like Bruce Lee.
Going pee on Jet Li.
With hanging out with Mario and Luigi. While I'm squeezing my squeegee.
Dude, this is what you guys...
Drinking my Fiji.
Fiji water, brand recognition. That's how you get your hip-hop career started.
Okay, John. Happy
Happy
4th of July for everyone who's not in the States right now.
Happy Quator.
I know you're celebrating it. Tron 3 is a sequel you'll like to see. Really? Are you sure? Are you sure you want to see a Tron 3? You know what? Yeah, actually, a Tron 3 would be fucking awesome about now.
Here's the thing for me about Tron.
But on demand.
Oh,
not in the theaters. What? No. Video
Never.
on demand.
I want it to be on Quibi.
Yeah, Quibi. Watch Tron 3 via Quibi.
10-minute episodes on your phone.
And it's only 4 episodes.
This isn't even as long as a regular TV show. Tron 3, I think, would be in a unique position because Tron, the movie, the first movie, is something you could improve upon. Part 2 at least has the score going for it and the CGI. So I feel like Tron still has a modern day opus or onus to live up to really
Opie.
nailing it.
Yeah.
Opie Taylor.
Opie.
Opium. Tron 3, it seems like they could still nail Tron. And so I feel like a Tron 3 could work as long as they really nail Tron.
You know what I love about I'm so happy Anissa's here. I thought she was working. What I love about this live stream is that it's very apparent that there's new people who keep coming in and out and new people who join. And it seems like the majority of people who join will say Iron Giant 2.
That is the most requested sequel.
That is the most champion sequel in this live stream. Like Merlin the Dark Wizard just got and then Iron Giant 2. I'm like, we have talked so much about Iron Giant 2 in this whole stream. That was the last movie I was expecting to be like. You know what would be a cool one that I just saw listed? Hardcore Henry. Do another one of those.
I
would
love that movie.
another Hardcore Henry.
And the thing,
underrated fucking movie.
fucking rated, underseen, man.
Yeah.
And as long as it's in my field of vision, I would love to see a thing too with the effects. The thing that's a bummer. We did a show for Fangoria back in the day and Nerdist called Blood and Guts,
Which was a Wednesday.
By the way, that later became Scott Ian's Bloodworks. But we went to ADI, Amalgamated Dynamics Incorporated, who's the company who did all of the sculptures and the practical effects for the Thing prequel, and they had some beautiful, beautiful work in their display room. And they said they basically wasted so much of it because they went back and painted over it all with CGI for the prequels. So yeah, like a Thing sequel alone just to get some of that. Like I don't think it needs it, but I would be down to watch it.
You know what? I would love a C-3PO and R2-D2 movie in the style of The Lighthouse.
No, in the style of Call Me By Your Name.
Why the fuck would you? Why do you improv like that? I don't.
No, but
I
it's
don't-
like one of the basic
I don't
tenets.
get it, John. I give you a great setup.
In the style of The
you
Lighthouse.
do The Lighthouse,
Why'd you spill your
C-3PO,
beans?
and R2-D2, and you're like,
Why-
no, you
why-
do it. Call Me By Your Name.
Why'd you spill your beeps?
The most basic rule.
Why'd you spill
is
your beeps?
Yes, and you know this better than I do, and you just go right to my face.
I don't know what
No,
you're talking about.
You do it like this.
What are you talking about? What do I know better than you? I did take improv for slightly. Yes, I agree with you, though. I do agree.
No,
with
it's done. We can't do the bit.
you. The Lighthouse!
This is fucking.
I haven't seen The Lighthouse.
No, but me right to my face. Have you seen Call Me By Your Name?
No!
Why the fuck were you fighting for that?
It was on my brain. I'm sorry. I love you. I don't want you to be mad at me.
I respect you.
That's better. That's better than love. Respect is better than love. Let's do
Kyle Sackett back at it again. I appreciate everyone who's taking the time out to go to Streamlabs, by the way.
Yeah. Sackmaster Kyle.
I know it can feel like an inconvenience, but I appreciate like Streamlabs is better. So thank you to everyone who's gone here. But we still appreciate all the super chats and anyone who's just here hanging out on the live stream. Appreciate it all.
Hells to the Kyle Sackett.
Even though I love John, you should take this since you introduced me to this.
Even though I love the Cornetto trilogy as a whole, I'd still love to see a Hot Fuzz 2. Yeah, I mean, of all the films, I feel like Hot Fuzz is the one you could follow up most visibly.
So, it's the one you can make a trilogy out of.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the only out of the Cornetto trilogy, and you wanted to make a trilogy within the trilogy, it would be that one.
Yeah, because, the other two kind of conclude, but, you could see easily Danny and Nick.
Or you could do Shaun of the Dead sequel, but in the style of The Lighthouse.
Dude, now that. Why'd you spill your pint? Why'd you spill your pint?
What?
I'm gonna have to watch that movie. Isn't it on Netflix now? I know Uncut Gems is.
Oh my God, it should be.
I'm
on
gonna
Quibi.
I'm gonna catch up on 2019.
All right. K Sackett. That's different from Kyle Sackett. All right.
Yeah, totally different person.
What would be your? Thank you, Kyle. What would be your top pick for a stoner sequel? Kevin Smith is already doing a good job of rebooting sequels of his work. Would I go with How High 2 only if Redman and Method Man return? Honestly, for me, it's one that's already been said. But for me, the best stoner sequel, the one I'd be most intrigued to see, would have to be Pineapple Express 2. Granted, James Franco, he's got a bit of a weird reputation right now, right?
Yeah.
And that's the problem
Yeah, he
with it,
does.
is he's got a fucked up reputation.
He's got a similar reputation to Chris D'Elia.
Yeah, I mean, it's
For
a
hitting
I
up,
think it's
like,
a
underage
little
chicks.
worse.
Oh, good. Well, there's shit I gotta read up. I've already known James Franco was.
He really.
He had a creepy reputation already, so I'm just getting ready to go further down the hole.
But I guess I'd still watch it. I'll just wait for what everyone else in the world says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Pineapple Express.
Twitter cool and we're not. All right. Okay. Cool. Let's go. I'm cool.
Pineapple Express 2 is the one I think would lend itself most. Although if I'm just going for stoner movies I like that I would love to go back to the worlds of, I would say Smiley Face or Half Baked.
Ooh, good call,
I
John.
like the Dave Chappelle, and Smiley Face was a movie I watched on 420 with some friends, and I was surprised by how much it's weird. Like when you hear like, oh, this is a stoner movie, you assume one thing, but I really enjoyed Smiley Face. So,
Oh, Carter, Shaun of the Planet of the Apes.
Shaun of the Planet of the Apes,
That would be great.
I'll drop coin right now, as well as on School of Rock 2, the reunion tour. I would be so down.
A lot of undoubtedly, it's been Constantine and Shaun. I thought it would be like Man of Steel 2 the whole time.
Constantine and Iron
it's been
Giant.
Constantine and Iron Giant as the two most, like, the ones who people keep coming in and out. Those two right there. Eric Horseman back at it again.
You're letting me down, Eric.
Like,
What's this bullshit?
Why is this not 50, Eric?
Why is this?
What the fuck? No, please.
Thank you.
I'm glad to see it go.
Don't listen to us.
We know we're just fucking with you, buddy. But thank you either way, man.
Eric wants.
Doesn't matter how much. I really appreciate it. Thank you, buddy. A good Hellraiser sequel, remake, and more love for Nightbreed.
Nightbreed.
There he goes again with a movie I don't know. Been waiting for a sequel for 30 fucking years now.
Man, I really hope another Clive Barker joint with Clive Barker literally involved with it happens, because Clive Barker has been sick for a long time, and so I think it's harder for him to have as prolific of an output. But yeah, like a true new, like Hellraiser has been cranking out movies for a long time. I actually have spent a little time with the guy who's made the last few, which haven't been very well received. But Hellraiser, of all
You spent time with that guy?
Gary Tunnicliffe, he's a good dude. Yeah.
Did you like his movies?
I liked. He's an effects guy, so I really like his effects. I haven't seen his Hellraisers yet.
Because you know that you wouldn't like them, so you're just like, I don't want to tell my friend that I like his movies that I don't like.
It's a combination of knowing they're not well reviewed and a combination of me having many sequels between these and his to catch up on first. But generally speaking, like, yeah, a new Clive Barker joint, or especially like Hellraiser, when I really went back and did my 80s slasher and horror movie education, like watched all the classics, Hellraiser was the one that lived up to the outside perspective I have. It's like when I watched the first Nightmare on Elm Street, I was like, I really like this. It's a great movie, but I wasn't very scared by it. Or when I watched the first Friday the 13th, even more so. I was like, yeah, I respect this. I get why it's a classic. However, you know, it's fine. It's not great. And Hellraiser was the one that I watched that was like, this is just as unsettling and fucked up as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
And Clive Barker has that sensibility. And he also, you know, he has a unique perspective, especially when it comes to LGBTQ sensibilities in horror. So, yeah, like I would love, and especially on the heels of the new Candyman.
Keep your politics out of my movies, all right? I just want to go back and watch
sorry.
Captain America again.
And yeah, Nightbreed, actually, a buddy of mine re-edited the uncut version that came out a couple years ago, and yeah, like either of those movies I think would be prime for an update, because Clive Barker is too one of those guys who seems like he always has an allegorical content with his horror. So yeah, I'm with you, Eric.
That's very true.
I'm with you. Should we do Club Adventure and then go back to the?
Appreciate you, Eric, for saying that, man. Oh, I love Eric. He's such a good guy. He's so sexy too.
I love Eric. He's so hot.
I would also say, let's see here, Kyle Club Adventure. I got you, buddy. Don't worry.
Ow!
Kyle Club Adventure, man. I watched Adventures of Tintin because of this guy. Rise of the Guardians 2, criminally underrated. They should be put in jail for how underrated that shit is.
Yeah, everyone who said it wasn't that great.
The Greatest Showman 2. But really show the real nature of P.T. Barnes. My favorite movie musical, Little Nemo. Is that says Little Nemo? Adventures in Slumberland 2 reboot. Tish. Fascinating.
Reboot that ish.
You know, Greatest Showman. I did really like that movie, and I thought it would be a piece of shit.
Likewise. And actually, I think a lot of people had that response because that movie held on at the box office for so long after it came out.
It's great. I mean,
Like-
it was like, oh, fuck, Wolverine's got a career outside of Wolverine.
It's not accurate to who P.T. Barnum was at all, from what I understand, but it's
No.
such a feel. It made me feel so good.
What are you talking about? He was a great...
He was a great guy. He didn't exploit anybody.
Considerate.
Yeah, he was a real compassionate
No.
man. He was compassionate as fuck, putting those people on display for others to gawk at.
But yeah, no, I agree with those. I mean, I haven't seen half of those movies, but I respect what you gotta say. And Rise of the Guardians too, I'm surprised hasn't been brought up more in this chat because that's been one that a lot of people I know for a long time have really been wanting to see.
Now, Rise of the Guardians, is that the one with the holiday figures, or is that the one with the owls? Okay, because I get them confused.
No, yeah, I mean, what's the holiday figure ones?
I guess it must be Legend of the Guardians.
Oh fuck! Now I'm confused. Isn't there a Rise of the Guardians sequel?
Well, yeah. There's Rise. There's something
didn't
of
like-
the Guardians, the Owls
Now
of
you confused
Ga'Hoole.
me, but I think I'm right.
The Owls of Ga'Hoole.
Rise of the Guardians. Yeah, the owls.
No,
Oh,
it's not
fuck,
the Owls.
No. I was wrong.
Yeah, it's the Easter Bunny and it's Father Christmas and it's Jack Frost.
Oh
and
my
yeah.
God, John, you're right.
Yeah, it's the Guillermo del Toro one. Yeah.
That's why.
Is that? But
That's
the thing
why
is,
you did so well in the movie trivia schmo.
yeah, because I know that there's an owl movie called Guardians: The Rise of Ga'Hoole, and there's Legend of the Guardians.
You just did it.
I've heard the Zack Snyder owl movie is underrated as F, as well
That's
as
Legend of the Guardians.
Yes, and I've also heard that Rise of the Guardians is underrated AF,
Yeah,
so I
it's
feel like both of them need a sequel.
My bad.
It's okay. No, I was confused too.
I would and yes, we got to mention this. Dread 2. Dread deserves a sequel with Carl Urban wearing the helmet and all. That's definitely one that deserves a sequel. Dirty Harry 6. You know, John, Schmodown question.
Yes.
Which comedic actor was in the Dirty Harry Deadpool movie?
The Dirty Harry Deadpool
There's
movie?
there's a Dirty Harry movie called The Deadpool.
Oh. Richard
Yo, you
Pryor?
laughing at that shit?
Richard Pryor.
Oh, you don't know movies?
Hold
Guys
on.
in the chat, which famous comic actor
George Carlin.
is in the Deadpool movie?
Who's the one that everyone loves who I don't find particularly funny, but he's
comedic
got a lot of
actor.
philosophy?
He's a comedic actor. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Do it! Kill me!
Oh, MIB 23 Drum Street. Yes,
Jim
agreed.
Carrey.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, baby. Yeah, twice.
Dude, this is what you guys are here for.
Sherlock.
We're going to move back
Yeah.
over to the Super... Ooh,
Yeah.
Incredible Hulk 2,
Always.
Dread
Yeah,
2,
should be some of the
Underworld 5, a Willy Wonka reboot.
Always fucking busting my balls. You're always busting my balls, baby.
You know what somebody said earlier was Casino 2.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
So,
You're here. They got it. All right.
well,
Casino 2.
Fudge me.
Yeah. Okay. So, what are we at? Alexander Del Risco.
Hold on. We got to pull the graphic up, my dude. These are your rules.
So sorry, John.
All right. Alexander Del Risco. Now you can do it.
You should do a taxi driver too. Bus driver.
Limo driver. Every kind of car. Movies: Jackass 4, South Park movie again, games: Bully 2, Max Payne 4, Shenmue 4, and a new Midnight Club game. Also, you guys are awesome. You're awesome,
You're the
Alexander.
fucking awesome one.
Thank you so much.
Everything is not awesome. That song's a lie. But some things are.
Everything
and
is
you're one of
bullshit.
those things. Thank you. Yeah, Jackass 4. Oh, that would be so fun. No, they should wait like 10 more years and do Jackass with the same.
When they're in their 50s and
same people, you gotta
60s,
do that.
that's when.
That would be so weird if they did the exact like level of stunts.
And it would be the only movie where you're allowed to.
Great.
It would be the only movie where you're allowed to watch people actually die on screen, because I think it's how a lot of those dudes would want to go out.
Like anytime Johnny Knoxville is in dire need of a little bit of a career restart,
He
he
just
just
does
does
a
a Jackass or something like
Yeah.
that. Just do it, man. That would be great. Another South, obviously.
South Park.
I actually haven't played any of the games you listed, but I'm
Bully
glad you're
2
championing for them.
Bully 2 is perfect, because in the game you would
And
get
Bully 2.
you would get rehabilitated as the bully, and you would learn by the end of the game to use kindness.
You know, they should do an Ants 2
Ants 2 and A Bug's Life 2.
with Woody Allen.
Now, there's a good
And
idea.
Louis C.K.
There's a great idea. And Christy Elliott and Bill Cosby. And
Oh God, that'd be great.
Woo! God, it's been a long time since that Louis C.K. shit came out.
No, his special just came out a few months ago.
Beautiful Bliss is back. Red 3 with John Malkovich and
That's the one Bruce Willis will care about.
yeah.
That's the one.
I wish there was like some kind of prediction pool of like which movie is Bruce Willis going to care about this
I
year.
only want to do more Red movies.
Hey.
I don't care about anything else.
Seriously, it's up to him.
Oh, they should do a Last Action Hero 2. That would be great. Body Rot, I love your pick.
Dude,
oh, that
now's
would
the
be
time.
great.
Arnold would still be able to do it.
Thank you, Bliss. Red 3 would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we're an hour and 10 behind its mind on the super chat. We need to stay focused for just
sorry.
a couple
Whoops.
minutes, John.
My B,
We're getting too off track.
my dad.
Movies are for life 1. Thank you, my friend. Hey, guys. John Cassell. Hey, John Cassell. I like your username. How you doing,
Hey,
man?
buddy.
He's on our Patreon. Here, I love a proper swan song to Die Hard. Concept I heard was John McClane and Zeus, Samuel L. Jacksonite, team up again. Would have loved that. Would you have loved that? DHS was not the Die Hard 5 was not the best. I think if you're actually, you know what? I don't know.
Die Hard 5 was terrible.
I don't know why I
hate that movie.
thought about Samuel L. Jackson returning to the Die Hard
That would be
franchise,
awesome.
and I feel like he'd be down.
I would love that. I would actually. That's the one thing that could get me interested in a Die Hard movie again.
Is Samuel L. Jackson?
Is them teaming up, because even though Die Hard 1 is the classic, I liked part 2 and 3. So I think maybe 2 might be a better film than 3, but I really love their chemistry together. So yeah, I would totally be down for that.
The only Die Hard movie I don't like is 5. I like them all.
I'll give you that. 4 is fun, but a different movie, and 5 I really did not.
4 is a blast.
4 is a lot of fun. Yeah.
4. You see, your problem,
got
John.
Timothy Olyphant.
You know what happened with you, John? Is you watched all of them in a row one day.
I did.
You went to a marathon.
I did.
I watched all 3 Die Hard movies.
Fuck
and
Die
then
Hard 5.
Many years later, I watched Die Hard 4. So
Yeah.
I was like, all right, that was fun.
Yeah.
But if you watch all those movies in a
No,
row,
I didn't dislike Die Hard.
These are not
4.
that great.
Even when I saw Die Hard 4, I could see it wasn't the first 1 or 3, but Die Hard 4, I was still enjoying myself. And by the time Die Hard 4, once I understood, I was like, okay, he's a superhero now. It's fine, whatever. But Die Hard 5, nobody gave a shit, and
Okay.
I hate that movie.
I want to get this out of the way. Marley and Me too. Marley's Revenge.
Marley's Revenge, definitely. I would actually watch a Frighteners too. Let's go down to Rizzo Gaming. This one's for you, G. Take it away.
Wild Wild West 2. Wicka Wicka Wild Wild West. Love you guys.
I would pay.
You know what I love?
Ticket money.
West, Jim West,
Desperado,
Rough Rider.
No, you don't got nada. None of this six gun in this, brother running this, Buffalo Soldier. Look, it's like I told you.
Any damsel I've seen distress. Yeah.
You don't want to see my hand.
You
with
like
my
Wild Wild West, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it in a long time, but
we're
as a
two of the humans that like Wild Wild West.
I remember why I enjoyed it as a kid, and I think I would still enjoy it through that lens now.
Will Smith disowns that movie. Like he treats it like a son that he's not proud to have.
Oh, there are other movies I would disown in his catalog before that.
He does not like that movie. I don't know.
Starsky and Hutch 2, Judas Under Seal.
Oh
I
my
would
God,
be
that'd great.
That movie is
Thank
underrated.
You, Rizzo Game. That's a great call.
Starsky and Hutch is an underrated comedy, but yes, Rizzo, that is a great call. Beautiful Bliss is back. We got Rango 2, good call. Kill Bill 3, your call. Alita 2, a lot of people's call. Punisher 2.
Which Punisher are we talking about?
Warzone 2 or Travolta 2? And
I tried hiding a yawn.
That's good.
I've been averaging 5 hours of sleep a night.
Hey, man, you know, it's a whole art form.
All right, let me do a silly voice to try to hide my yawn.
Let me do a voice to try to hide my yawn, or let me try and not move my face so people don't see me going. Yeah. Rango 2, I think, would be really interesting. I feel like of all these you've named, Alita 2 is the one I absolutely want the soonest, but Rango 2, I think, has the potential to be the best film.
When I first read the screenplay for Rango, that's how my impression started. I remember I was driving to a gas station, and it started with Rango.
Rango.
I was driving to a Shell station, and it just popped in my head how Johnny Depp talks, and I was like, when I first read the screenplay for Rango, halfway through the script, I realized I'm playing a lizard. That's how he talks. It's funny. And yes, and I Love You Man too would be great. Where he leaves his wife to be. They went
be
like
gay
full
together.
Gay. That would be great.
And Gene Jeter, The Abyss 2 will be a very fun film.
Ooh,
I just saw The Abyss the other day.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It is.
James Cameron's best right there. Wow, we are really behind.
We're
Oh no, we're catching up. We're only like 50 minutes behind now. We're doing great.
Steven Esteban. Twins.
Thank you, Steven.
Bridesmaids.
John's forgetting to say thank you again.
Fuck you. Thank you. No, thank you, seriously. Twins, Bridesmaids, and Matilda sequel. Thoughts?
Yeah, I actually really like the idea of the triplets idea with Danny DeVito, Eddie Murphy, and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I would be down.
I thought that idea was really funny.
I would be down.
Bridesmaid sequel.
Sure.
I feel like the cast could use it. It's one of those situations. I'd be more excited if it wasn't like. Yeah, I kind of feel like they all need a big hit, don't they? Like, they've all had like steady careers, and then Kristen Wiig is going to be in Wonder Woman 84, and that might be fucking amazing.
You know what I would rather see than a Bridesmaids sequel is a Spy sequel. I think
yeah,
that would
be
be very fun. I just
or
saw
a
that
Spy
movie.
Kids 5.
Spy Kids 5, cancel it all. That's the only movie I want to see.
Or if they did a Spy Kids 5 where you completely disregard the other Spy Kids movies and you do a proper sequel to Spy Kids 1.
Yeah, exactly.
That franchise deserves it.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Steven.
Matilda sequel will be a lot of fun.
I have a friend who would love that.
You know what else would be a great sequel is
Matilda's a good-ass movie.
The Diary of Anne Frank. Who's the other one we should do? Beautiful Bliss back at it again. Thanks for being here, my friend. Happy to have you here. How about sequels we don't want? I'm saying it, Captain Marvel 2 with Larson. We're going into the negativity now. Okay, here's a sequel I don't want. What's a sequel in development that I'm like, I don't know about this one? Shit, I need to think of one.
Yeah, that's a great question.
God damn, is there any sequel? Can you guys name any right now on the spot? What are sequels that you don't want that are fucking coming out? God damn, what is there? I don't know. I've gotten so used to being like fuck sequels to the point where I'm like, I just accepted they're a thing now.
Yeah, there are tons of sequels that I kind of write them out of my brain pan at a certain point.
I guess I kind of don't want the Conan one that they've been working on.
They're making a Conan sequel? Oh
yeah.
Man, oh boy. That
property
will never
like
die.
I think they wanted to make like a King Conan movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
And I don't know about that.
I don't think now is the era where that movie is going to do well.
I feel like that'd be a bad idea. I think that'd be a really bad idea. I mean, even though like you're talking about the Die Hard one, I don't want whatever Die Hard thing they're talking about making. That's the one I don't want.
Yeah.
Where it's like half prequel. Because then I feel like that kind of undercuts the whole point of Die Hard 1. Because the whole specialty of Die Hard 1 is...
Don't do the prequel shit.
He's never been in a situation like this before. But if you do a prequel and he's been in a situation like this before,
yeah,
then it's like, that's stupid. Anyway, what are you looking at, John?
I'm looking at upcoming sequels to see if there's any
It's like
shit
it's
I
like when you
don't
try
want.
to have dinner with someone across the table and they're on their phone. This is what it's like talking with you.
Yeah, but I'm doing something on topic.
Oh yeah, Beautiful Bliss. You actually just named one that, in the live stream here. I don't give a fuck about that Pirates of the Caribbean one with Margot Robbie. I don't. I have no. It's nothing to do with the fact that she's a woman. It really isn't. All right.
No, I like Margot Robbie.
Everyone who knows us knows that we're the last two dudes on the internet to be like, fuck that woke culture, you know? And it's not about that with me. It just sounds like... It just sounds like a terrible idea. And the way how Birds of Prey was received, too. And we loved Birds of Prey. Like, we love Birds of Prey.
I'm a big fan, yeah.
And I'm sure it'll be fine to a certain extent. And Margot Robbie is an actress who I do adore. And I feel like not everything has to be completely central around Jack Sparrow necessarily. The thing that can annoy me, though, right now this is how it reads, okay? This is how it currently reads to me, is it does to a certain extent feel like pandering diversity. And sometimes to get to a point of diversity, you got to do a little bit of pandering because you do this like ultimate pendulum swing. So that way you're like, okay, let's dial it back now. Let's get it's not a natural way to do diversity, you know? And this thing about, I don't know, just the way how everything is sounding about it. It just doesn't seem like I don't know why I haven't put much thought into it other than right now being asked about it, and I don't think it's a currently it's a good idea, and I haven't much had time to formulate my thoughts, so I should probably dial back my opinion a little bit here.
Mimi M says
I might walk out of this going, you know what? Actually, I'm all for it now. You know?
Well, this is Mimi M says Coming to America 2, which I wonder how that's gonna go. But when it comes to pirates, that news was one I heard where I was like, okay, I'll wait until I see a trailer or something because like Pirates of the Caribbean with Margot Robbie, I like Pirates of the Caribbean, I like Margot Robbie, and now I'm just sitting here going, I guess all I have to expect is a pirate movie with Margot Robbie. So I don't know if I do or don't want that. I just kind of want to see what the trailer looks like because I think it could work. It just doesn't like inspire a bunch of energy within me related to pirates. I'm just like, oh, all right.
Yeah,
we'll see.
It doesn't make me more interested at all in it.
It doesn't make me more or less interested in the franchise itself.
And I think it's a bad call on the end of the fact that Johnny Depp is actually having an upswing again because a lot of people are realizing that like maybe I think my basic summation of how I would describe what I think about the Amber Heard Johnny Depp situation is that it sounds like overall the relationship is an abusive relationship, right? It sounds like they're both emotionally abusive to each other. Because usually it's not
Johnny Depp murdered Amber.
It's usually not just like one person's abusive, right? The thing, though, that is very very upsetting about it is Amber Heard painted herself like she is this huge victim. And Johnny Depp was like this monster of a person when there's so much evidence to support like, oh, she was
this whole thing
and
was
she
messed
was
up,
very physically abusive towards it. And so with that not getting like Johnny Depp being like viewed as this like terrible human being got so much attention, but all the evidence to show lately it's like people are fighting to get that attention, like more praise, not more praise, but more of a spotlight. And this kind of just feels like a little bit of an insult at this point to do another one without him because a lot of his personal life shit affected Pirates 5 in a lot of ways. And it's like, no, and now that we're trying to clear his name up, I feel like he deserves another proper Pirates movie because that's a character he really does love. And as much as Johnny Depp can seem like he phones it in a lot of work now, that's a character that he's very much attached to, and he's used it in a lot of ways to give a lot of love to people. Like even recently, he did some like stream or something like that as Jack Sparrow. So yeah, I feel like he deserves a proper way to go out.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
I'm with you.
yeah. That's I just had to get that out of the way.
What sequels don't we want? But hey, lucky for you, Brie Larson has a YouTube channel now.
Justin Sutton, thanks for being here, buddy. Love talking with you. He's a huge Scorsese fan. The Nice Guys too. That was one of the first ones I mentioned at the top of this stream.
Hells yeah.
Drive 2. You could make a Drive 2. There is a book. A lot of people don't realize Drive is based on a book, and I believe there's a sequel to. Don't quote me on that, but I believe there's a sequel to the book. And Taxi Driver 2. What I remember about Taxi Driver 2 is De Niro had an idea for Taxi Driver 2 that he pitched a few years ago.
Where he starts this clown revolution.
He starts this guy. It's a talk show host.
Yeah, and he kills this guy on live TV.
But the writer thought it was a really stupid idea.
I want to hear a stupid De Niro idea, though.
Yeah.
I want to hear what that was supposed to be.
But, yeah, I mean, I like all your picks, generally speaking. And in the chat, Chaos brought up Red Hot Chili Peppers movie. I've always wanted to see a miniseries biopic about the Chili Peppers. Kartik Sharma, welcome back to the live stream, buddy.
This is an interesting prospect. Tarantino remaking Inception and Nolan remaking Django Unchained. What a movie for Nolan to get.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, Inception 2 is something I'm surprised we haven't heard more people wanting, since they did sign a multiple contract deal if they wanted to make
more
another
Inceptions.
one. Yeah, they
wow.
They signed multiple contracts.
Jeepers. I mean, I would definitely be down for... I love these kind of swap scenarios, and there's a favorite like internet joke meme that I read somebody tweeted ages ago that I've always wanted to come true, which is you have Paul W.S. Anderson and Paul Thomas Anderson each write a script and then swap them, and each one directs the other one's script. And this reminds me of that.
That'd be funny.
And yeah, like having Tarantino make a Nolan script and Nolan make a Tarantino script would be a fascinating prospect, because unlike Paul's W.S. and Thomas Anderson, one of those films I think you could assume would turn out largely better than the other one. Whereas in this case, both would be friggin' interesting, to say the least. Good call. Whose would be more interesting?
I think Tarantino making Inception would be more interesting than Nolan making Django.
Yeah, because Django will be like a little more appropriate, more romantic, and then Inception will be just like fucking off the walls. It'll just be like way crazy dialogue and dream shit. I would love to see.
You would step into some fucked up dreams in Tarantino's movie.
But that's the thing, is I would kind of be very curious.
It'd be The Cell.
Yeah, I would be very curious to see Tarantino tackle a full-on fantastical dream world. Yeah.
Let's see. Anissa!
Hey!
Anissa!
The guardian angel of our stream. Sorry, guys.
Where do you think I got this shirt, guys?
Ooh, where do you think I got this mug from, guys?
Eric Horstman. Thanks, buddy.
Ryan Beatty.
Anissa Oliva, thank you.
Sorry, guys. Just showed up. Forgot the live stream was today.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Hopefully I didn't miss a lot, though. I missed you guys also, Greg. Love the shirt.
Thanks, Anissa. It's the right size. Really brings out the shoulders.
If you got on at 6:21, you've been here for, like a solid half hour.
She's been here a while. No, I've been seeing you talk in the chat with some folks. I appreciate you being here, Nisa. You sexy little devil, you.
Heck yeah. Ethan Holgate.
Oh, we got it. We got a stack of Anisas coming. I
Oh,
can feel it. Whoa. We gotta catch up.
We gotta catch the fudge up. All right, we got Ethan Holgate. There we go. There we go.
Ethan Holgate, what do you say?
This is based on a real thing. The Room 2. Johnny is Vampire, which is something that Tommy Wiseau apparently actually pitched as.
Why hasn't he done it?
I have no friggin' idea. It would be perfect. Everyone would watch it.
I mean, but he has to go in with the mentality of, I have to make this one great.
Exactly, yeah.
Not, let me try to do the same kind of thing. He has to go in thinking, I'm going to actually make a great movie. That way it could be a wonderfully terrible movie again. Has to do that.
One of my very first experiences as a semi-industry professional was going with Fangoria to the set of Birdemic 2. And it literally was that kind of thing where the producer was like, this first movie was such a phenomenon. I got to let the director do his thing. And it was the most conflicting set I've ever been on, because I'm like, you're giving a guy carte blanche to make something terrible, and you want him to do that. And hey, Birdemic 2 was pretty bad, so I guess it worked out. But yeah, that's an odd thing to get to do. And yeah, it would absolutely have to be the kind of thing where you're not shooting for so bad it's good. You're just shooting for greatness and not hitting it.
Hey, I'm noticing in the concert now, a couple of you guys have been talking about watching us for so long. Really appreciate that,
Thank
you guys.
so
Thank you
much.
for everyone
Thank
who's
you.
been watching here for several years. Means a hell of a lot. Means a hell of a lot.
Oh, Eric. We got Eric just saying what's...
Eric hopping back and forth between Streamlabs and the Super Chats here.
He says, hey, Anissa, thank you for all you do.
Well, this is the best way for you two to communicate in the Super Chats. I heavily encourage a very lengthy discussion.
If anyone wants to talk back and forth,
do it at the Super Chats.
We won't read them if they're your conversation. We don't want to invade your privacy.
You two are so funny.
And that one is followed up by one from Anissa that says, hey,
And
Eric,
she's talking to Eric.
I love you, and thank you for being my protector buddy on behalf of Greg and John. We all need to meet up when this stupid virus is over. And Anissa sent me the other day like a first-hand account of like some of the shiz they're dealing with.
I know, she read it to me.
Yeah, in the ERs of Tejas.
Yeah.
And things is bad, so quarantine yourselves, peeps.
Well, I'm glad you two can go talk with each other in our Super Chats. It means a hell of a lot. It honestly it makes me feel like I get embarrassed for some reason because I'm like, you guys just talk to each other.
It's okay.
But I appreciate it at the same time, though. Appreciate it.
And now here is a submission from Anissa. Top Gun 2, a sequel that I wish they did back then.
Goose's Revenge.
Goose's Revenge. He
The
deserves
geese.
revenge, yeah.
Top Gun Geese. Oh, my God. Is that what you would call his brother?
No, dude, Top Geese.
Top Geese. Oh,
Top Geese.
Oh, there would be Goose's children, his
Yes.
brother and sister
Oh
duo.
my God.
Top Geese.
And they're played by Zoe Kravitz
What's the revenge
and
they're
Michael
trying
B.
to
Jordan. They're trying to get revenge on, the practice mission that killed Goose the first time. That's what they're doing. Didn't he die during a practice mission? I forget.
I forget.
Yes. Eric is back.
Thank you, Anissa.
This is just an Eric and Nisa screed right here. Eric says, definitely need to meet up, Anissa, when this is over, as soon as I lose 20 quarantine pounds I've put on. LOL. Love you too. And of course, Greg and John. I'm glad that they reminded us of their love for us.
Hey.
As well as their love for each other.
Oh, no. Has it happened?
Yeah, coronavirus is here. Get ready, Greg. I don't want to tell you beforehand. I wanted to see your reaction as you came down with the disease. Nah, it's okay. I'm clean. Patrick is.
We got to do
clean.
some like surprise sketch one day where we're just doing a reaction and one of us like sneezes in the middle of a reaction. And then someone just comes through the closet.
Just
like
the
a hazmat
CDC
suit,
comes
just starts
in.
shooting you.
Kill it with fire. Burn it. Yeah. Burn the body. Don't spread it. Oh,
It's like the Eternals trailer we're watching, and then just in the middle of it we do this.
I'll tell you this idea later.
But yes, Eric Horseman, dude, 20 pounds of quarantine pounds is not bad, man. I mean, some people have gained more, but hey, dude, more. What is it? More cushion for the pushing?
More cushion for the sex.
That's right. Okay, so dude, yeah, don't worry, man. More cushion around that tushy for you.
More.
And that's what I'm talking about,
That
buddy.
cush tush.
I'm excited.
Look at that cush tush.
One day.
And Nisa says also.
Hey, Nisa, thank you. You don't have to. It's okay, Nisa.
Also,
thank you.
I know this is off topic, but can we talk about Vanessa Guillen, the situation, which was totally messed up? I'm so happy I finished boot camp for the military because they treat women horribly. Prayers for her family.
It's one of the main reasons why I don't really feel like fully celebrating 4th of July right now.
Yeah, it's going to be a weird Independence Day.
I'm not going to celebrate it. I'm just
No.
going to stay in here and watch. I'm not fucking like watching Independence Day or some shit. I'm just going to like chill.
You should watch a black movie.
But the celebration, probably, but
Yeah.
the celebration of 4th of July honestly seems like fucking bizarre to me right now, especially with the Vanessa situation.
I mean, the vague amount of reading I've done about that is terrible. And like,
I'm not well versed enough. I've only heard like little bits about it. But hearing something like that's something I'll definitely be reading up on tonight, undoubtedly.
yeah, and like the military is the last place where anything like that should be. Like nothing like that should happen.
Happening, but yeah,
but like especially the people who are here to protect our country should do a good job protecting their own people.
No,
like,
it's fucked up.
Yeah.
And I've made the mistake before of like reading some very heavy shit before doing a live stream when I'm like, oh no, this is kind of messing with my mentality. I should wait to read. It's like, especially when I'm like, we're supposed to do this fun topic right now and help people get their minds off some shit for a little bit. And instead I'm like, oh god, this is kind of messing. But no, that's something I've only read briefly up on. Otherwise I would, otherwise I would talk a lot more in length about it.
I mean, I just want them to find justice. That's all, because like this situation, at least as far as I've read, they've found the remains, but the situation is developing, and like you go read about it, your heart will break. I don't need to tell you that.
But
didn't finish boot camp. I got hurt.
I appreciate everyone in the chat who has been doing the hashtags for it and speaking about it in the chat room. I've seen it throughout this whole stream, so thank you for everyone who's been bringing it up.
Yeah, these streams are about fun, but also the real shit is important.
Yeah,
so, hell yeah. Christina, thumbs up. Thank you. Just thanks,
Christina.
Thanks for the approval. And Beautiful Bliss, before we head back to the stream labs, for real. Thank you, Beautiful Bliss, for real. When this whole insanity is over, it would be time to remember what it feels like without all the fear.
Well, fear is a part of life, my friend.
Yeah.
Beautiful Bliss, you have to remember that everything in life comes down to either love or fear. It's just right now, fear is currently amplified in the zeitgeist, in the sphere, everywhere we go.
Yeah, and I mean, Fear is one of the characters in Inside Out played by Bill Hader, and he's easily one of the biggest stars of that movie.
But that's why you have to develop a thing called courage, okay?
The cowardly
fear,
dog.
Being fearless is overrated.
Unless you're jelly.
Having courage, getting yourself educated, that's important.
That is true.
I know I sound like I'm mocking, but I'm
actually being genuine.
Serious right now.
Looky there, looky there.
Being serious.
That's the way to subvert things right there, is just pretend you're not serious. Okay. Who do we got? We got Kay Sackett back in action.
John, what did I tell you about when you do... When the way your body language is, just ask me to control the mouse. Just ask me to control it, because the way you do it, you close yourself off from me.
Sorry,
and then
guys.
I'm not receiving you.
Oh,
sneezes
please receive
on me. All right,
that was for your own protection. I was doing you a service.
I know. You say that. You act like you're this human condom in my life, but you're not.
I would love a breakdown of that. Thank you, Kay Sackett. Thank you, Kyle Sackett. Last stream lab for the evening.
What the fuck, Kyle?
Wow. Really? We're not done.
What the fuck,
Kyle? First off, I love all your content and appearances elsewhere, supporting other channels, the Schmodown Entertainment Network, Screen Junkies, New Rockstars, etc.
All John.
Final sequel that I think could be great is Dread 2.
Yeah, it's about Dredd trying to get down from the building.
Yes. How do I get down from here?
What the fuck?
I'm at the top.
The elevator's broken and all these bad guys have showed up on all these other floors.
Yeah, I don't want to take the stairs.
Do we find out that the last few minutes of Dredd after Mama got shot out of the window, that it's like, oh, wait, shit. He got knocked out and was sleeping. He was on the slow-mo drug.
Oh.
And he just gets up. He's like, now I got to make you back down.
Yeah. No.
I thought I was back down.
And then you could do a reverse raid, though, where it's literally him just trying to make it to the bottom of this building and get outside.
Get a goddamn helicopter in here, please.
Please, there's a helipad on the roof. What the fudge?
But I appreciate all the support, especially everywhere else, man. Those I love those collabs. So thank you, dude.
Eric, you're back on your normal level, and I respect that.
Respect, Eric. Respect.
Sequel or remake? Sequel, yeah, thank you. Sir. Like you spoil us beyond any. Yeah, sequel remake for Dreamscape. Ooh, Dreamscape, huh?
What did I say
I am
about
doing nothing.
controlling the mouse.
What do you want to do?
And you go right back to it a second later.
I'm
You're
looking at the
closing me off
camera?
with your body.
Sorry.
Understand body language.
Yes.
Okay.
Here we go. We're welcoming everyone in.
Too much body language.
Yes. I'm just gonna keep over here.
Oh my God! You're getting some girls in this live stream jealous with the way you're
Dreamscape.
behaving.
What's Dreamscape? We gotta find out. We gotta find out what Dreamscape is.
Dreamscape, a movie.
Yeah, we
It's a
know.
1984 film.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Oh wait a minute! Eric sent me footage of this.
Oh
shit.
snaps! Okay, yeah, with Dennis
Dennis
Quaid.
Quaid.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, oh, Dennis Quaid looks weird. He looks
looks
like
sexy.
he looks like fucking like face apt.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh man, Max von Sydow,
Sydow,
Kate
Chris-
Capshaw, Chris Plummer. God damn, that's crazy.
George
Ooh.
Wendt.
All right, well there you have it. Eric is championing for Dreamscape the sequel.
All right.
Dennis Quaid needs it.
Call Hollywood.
Undoubtedly. And then we could get Christopher Plummer back, and he could also play Max von Sydow again.
Yes.
May that man rest in peace. Fantastic actor. Thank you, Eric.
Oh,
Horseman.
heckles, yeah. I see one call for
Sean, let go and ask me to control.
I'm controlling the shit that every episode of this live stream
just-
you're like, how do I do it?
No. Oh, you trying to clap back at me?
I'm
John?
clapping on you.
Trying to clap
Get
back?
ready
You gotta go.
I'm going to give you the clap,
you think
mother
you
trucker.
can do this, John? You ready to
Yeah.
fight?
I don't think anything. Yes, yeah. Get my extreme posture. I love it. I love seeing you impersonate. Sub fellas, nerdy by
What are you-
nature.
what are
We're
you-
just
what are
here
you
holding
noticing?
it down. What am I noticing?
You said you're noticing something?
Oh no, I just like watching you replicate my body language.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Darts has Riley just retracted a message, so the government
Yeah.
will be at your door soon enough.
All right. Okay, here we go. Oh.
Kartik Sharma.
Oh, damn, we're almost caught up. And by almost, we'll be there in 2 hours.
2 hours, and maybe I'll make it to the bathroom.
Yeah, no, I'm tired and hungry. But I'm also loving this stream.
This
That's
is a
like
fun
the-
ass.
That's the conflict. Sean.
Oh, Greg, would you like to hold the
Jesus
mouse
Christ, ask me.
and highlight the comment here from Kartik Sharma that I'm
when
very
you use
thankful
the mouse,
for?
You do this, you like literally turn your back towards me. And it just makes me feel
I'm
closed off.
comfortable.
All right?
I'm just
you
being
gotta
comfortable in my
understand.
body.
I'm insecure as a motherfucker.
It's okay. It's okay. I haven't touched you in such a long time.
I know. Now I have it.
My sneeze
Now I
germs. I sneezed all over the shirt.
Kartik Sharma. Ferris Bueller skipped school, but the school bus has a bomb that goes off if speed goes below 15 miles per hour. Ferris has to save the bus and return home before his folks. Holy shit.
That's what we should be doing, is making dual sequels. Pick two movies that only had a part one, or screw the sequels in the case of Speed, and just make a sequel to two movies at the same time. Keanu Reeves, Matthew Broderick. It would be awesome.
You could deepfake fucking Matthew Broderick in that shit.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
not deepfake, but de-age. That's the scary thing about de-aging. You could actually do these sequels now.
I know.
Or you just get someone else to play him. Like, you get Alden Ehrenreich to play Ferris Bueller in the sequel to Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
He's got such a deeper voice. Which is, I don't know why that's the first thing I thought of, but also...
I love your idea, Kartik. That's a great idea.
Also, just real quick to Hisham Kaisi, Identity 2, I don't know how it would work, but I love Identity, so I'm with you. Michael Mack. Whoop.
Hold on, I'm looking at Mac shirts right now.
have
So I'm looking
you
at
done?
men's shirts.
Are you-
Excuse me, guys. I
are
just
you-
wanted to shop really
Are you
quick.
shopping right now in the middle of my monologue? Michael
Roger
Mack.
Rabbit 2.
Sadly, we lost Bob Hoskins, but I bet it would have been fun.
I know that was the thing that I was bringing up at the very beginning of this stream when I was talking about Roger Rabbit. Was a lot of people don't give enough credit, I think, to a big ingredient to what made Roger Rabbit work was Bob Hoskins' performance, and without Bob Hoskins there, I just don't think it would be as effective. It wouldn't be the same. Just saying. So I
No.
appreciate you saying that.
Nope.
Anissa Oliva. Anissa, we got 2 back to back. I'll read the first one, then you read the second one.
Okay.
Okay, you got that, John? Yeah, let's jerk off together later. Also, Craig, I love your shirt, and I love your shirt, John.
Oh, all right.
From Matthew, who is a professor. Yeah, high school girls. That's really appropriate.
This
now,
is
John.
a South by
Fucking Christy Elliott over here.
It's South by. It's the camp collection.
From Matthew,
Erica gave
who
it to
is
me.
a oh, never mind. Then it's a great shirt. From Matthew, who is a professor now at UT and will run for governor of Texas someday. They should do a sequel to Dazed and Confused.
They have. It's called Everybody Wants Some.
No, but they should do it with just Matthew McConaughey's character, and he's still talking about
just
high
talking
school.
high school girls. That'll be great. That'll get people
it would
nostalgic.
be culturally relevant and work perfectly right now.
Yeah, and then and then the movie will become an intense drama about this guy getting caught and canceled, and him just living a solitary life, learning how to treat women with respect.
Oh, that would be great.
Yes.
But thank you for this shirt, Anissa. I love it. And Warrior Supernatural shirt is upcoming. I rock your shirts. I rock your shirts.
Rock 'em.
Anissa.
John, name all the movies your dad has been part of. Oh boy, that'll take a minute. I can't, but
watch and learn, John.
The Thing, he was a DGA trainee on, got to do a lot of cool stuff there. He did Second Unit on The Lost Boys, he did Body Heat, he did The Vagrant, he did
Is that for any of the sex
he was
scenes
on
in Body Heat?
Outrageous Fortune, he was on Ruthless People, he was
They're
on
not naming
Knight Rider, the TV
main
show.
show I remember him for.
Oh, The Practice?
The Practice.
The Practice, CSI New York. He did an episode of Weeds, NCIS, Brimstone
Dude,
Sliders.
your dad worked on Cop Rock.
Cop Rock, yeah. I was on an episode of Sisters when my dad was working on it.
Sliders, he was on.
Sliders, Quantum Leap.
CSI New York,
CSI
How to
Animal.
Get Away with Murder. Grey's
Oh,
Anatomy.
yeah, he did a
your dad
Grays.
worked
Yeah,
on.
he did a Grays. He's done a lot of military
His dad's
films.
an AD.
Yeah, now he is. I think on some of the like on The Thing, he was a DGA trainee, so he ended up doing a whole bunch of different stuff. He's actually on a podcast about that called Below the Line.
A
I believe
movie
it's
with
called.
Asa Akira and Riley Reid.
My dad makes a lot of pornography.
Too much.
My dad, assistant director, he's great at breaking down and scheduling those porns.
Same time, anti-porn.
Anti-porn, but great at
needs
scheduling.
to take care of the family.
And porn needs a schedule. All right, people don't come on time. All right, Michael Mack is back.
Oh, John. John.
That's right. Act 3 of the podcast has now begun. Alien. Michael Mack is back. Alien 3. After Ripley, Hicks, and Newt and Bishop go to sleep at the end of Aliens, something where they don't all die.
That would be the Neil Blomkamp sequel that
Yeah,
fucking
it's one of
needed.
the first ones we named.
That's the one we named.
I want that Neil
We need that Neil Blomkamp
shit.
movie. We need that shit. That's what we do when we're passionate. We become a 90s rap video.
Shit.
We need that shit.
Yeah, bitch.
We need that shit. Views went up.
PCP Pop Culture Podcast is back in the arena here.
Hey, PCP Pop Culture Pod. Check out my podcast I did with him. He's a great guy from Michigan.
Sexy.
Definitely want to Kill Bill Volume 3. Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
Mm-hmm.
Bring back Nikki Glazer as a grown-up, obviously, and also bring back Elle Driver with the Daredevil-like abilities. Interesting.
Oh,
the
that
Elle
would be
Driver.
interesting.
Oh, that's
Make
right. She
her
doesn't
blind,
die in it.
Yeah,
that's
just
right.
loses eyes.
Ooh, that'd be cool. I didn't even think
Dude.
about that.
Yeah. Get like a blind Sensei Daryl Hannah. And
I
then,
like
yeah,
the way
get,
you think.
get the daughter of
I like
Vernita
the
Green.
way
to
you
grow up.
think.
Perf. That's a great one.
Thanks, man. Ooh, man, that got me pretty excited. But I would want it to be mainly
Got me pretty
focused on Nikki
excited.
Bell growing up. Evening Ghost. Did you see the? Thank you, Evening Ghost, for contributing here. Did you see the Greenland movie trailer with Gerard Butler?
No.
We did, John. We were doing a live stream with fucking
Oh,
action
that's right,
movie
yeah.
Anatomy. Jesus, how did you do so well in the Schmodown? We just did that
I
stream
bribed
a
Ben.
month ago.
I bribed Ben Bateman.
Embarrassing.
I bribed Ben Bateman.
Embarrassing.
He's so good at the Schmodown. That's how I'm good at the Schmodown.
Yeah, that movie looks like a blast. And actually, it looks better than what I thought it would be. When are we going to get a real Rejects movie?
When Gerard Butler agrees to play one of us.
I'm a reactor.
When we get Gerard Butler and Jason Mewes to play us.
I'm a huge Marvel DC fan.
I just played The Last of Us 2.
Yeah. I want to compete in the movie trivia schmodown and prove my knowledge on the schmodown.
That should be like a corner of accent doing. Like there should be a whole YouTube channel for guys who do impressions of people's bad American accents.
PCP Pop Culture Podcast. He says, "God bless you, John."
From when I
Thank you.
sneezed. Thank you. Dude, I've been sitting here letting my soul drift out through my nose and Satan corrupt my soul, but now I feel a lot better.
Thank you. And Beautiful Bliss said the same thing. Bless you, John.
Thank you, Beautiful Bliss.
Man, can you imagine if we were caught up with the super chats on time and then you sneezed and we just got how great of a moment would that have been?
How great. How serendipitous.
Put that coffee down. Count Drago.
Ooh, Ivan
Thank
Drago.
you, Count Drago. Does a Bird and Batman Beyond interest you? Yes, we've talked about it extensively already in the last 2 weeks.
Batman
of course
Beyond-
we want a Batman Beyond movie.
Batman Beyond, absolutely. Burton is just icing on that cake. If anything, I would maybe be a little worried just because of how his track record has been lately. But yeah,
Tim Burton returning for a Batman Beyond with Michael Keaton has two solid emotions. One is, oh, finally.
Yes!
The other is,
oh god,
he's gonna fuck it up.
No.
He's gonna fuck it up.
Don't ruin this. Don't taint that Batman.
Very excited for that prospect. Rizzo Gaming, Ryan Beatty, The Thing 2. Thank you. The Thing 2, but Ellen is the thing. Also, hashtag BLM, Black Lives Matter. Amen to that.
Bowling League, Michigan.
And amen. Don't make fun of The Thing 2 with Ellen.
I apologize. No,
see what I did? You thought I was gonna. Okay, all right, you got it.
You're clever,
got the
G.
joke.
You're a clever
You
guy.
got the joke.
You should write
He got
stuff.
the joke.
You should be on camera. You should share your opinions with people.
The Thing 2, but with Ellen. I love that idea. When's Ellen gonna get canceled? See, everyone hates her, but I don't really know why.
You know, because she's just better than us.
I've watched many Miss Mojo Watch Mojo videos about why Ellen sucks, and I can't figure it out. I'm still like, these all seem like her just failing at certain jokes, to be honest.
All right. So because Rizzo Gaming has insulted my British accent, which is shitty right now.
I've been listening to a lot of Russell Brand lately, and he seems to like to do.
Russell Brand is very Cockney. He is.
I love Russell Brand. The new Russell.
The new
Brand.
Russell Brand is. Lovely.
I love I
love his insight.
Yeah, I love Russell Brand. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good example of somebody who has had a very interesting life character.
Yeah, man, he's great.
Eric Horstman. Thank you.
Celebrated Juneteenth, which I only just learned about because hashtag fuck on white.
Hashtag fuck Kim White.
But hashtag fuck 4th of July.
Let's just have Juneteenth part 2.
If people feel that way now, I can't blame them. That's the thing, you know. But you don't need a hashtag fuck on white. You do a lot, man. This guy Eric and I talk a lot in messages, and he does. He's a contributor. He's not just someone who sits on his phone doing social media shit. Like he gets actively involved in stuff. Mm-hmm. He goes out in the world and tries to help out. So
he's white,
I appreciate
but you wouldn't know it.
You wouldn't know by the amount of contribution he does.
You wouldn't know it by his actions.
Trying to make up for a lot of that white guilt, man.
You wouldn't know it by his actions or his beliefs, but he's actually a white guy. No, seriously though. I mean, hell yeah, man. I hope that more people know about Juneteenth next year.
Thank you for bringing awareness to that.
Yeah.
Aniso live up.
We're reaching the end of our ability to show these on screen, but The Thing 2, but it has to have Kurt Russell, the same effects, but only if your dad comes back as well, John, then I will see it.
That's the thing of what's preventing The Thing 2 from getting made.
That's the thing.
Is because they need their DGA trainee to come back to be first assistant director. Everyone's like, look, we got John Carpenter on board. We got Kurt Russell on board. We got
Keith David's on board. Rob Bottin is back out of hibernation.
Who's the composer? And Ennio
Morricone is
on
back
board.
to record a bunch of shit we won't use.
We don't have the first AD, Bruce Humphrey, agreeing to be a part of this because he's too busy working on some ABC show right now.
And we don't have a DGA trainee either, so we just need him to do both.
But I love your call, and I love in the chat Aaron Morales Skyscraper 2, but now he has no legs. That's a great call.
Instead of the one leg, he's got absolutely
what are you doing,
no
John?
legs.
John, you're fixing it?
I'm fixing this, and it's
I
kinda
approve
tricky.
you to use the mouse on this one.
Oh, thanks, dog. I appreciate you. See, it's really hard to. I don't know if we'll be
Don't
successful.
worry, I got this, man. I got this. I'm gonna handle some of these comments right now. All right. Yeah, Russell Brand is kind of a woke god in some ways. I agree with that assessment.
Okay.
Paddington 3, but instead of an A in the first part, it's a 3. What a good name.
Okay, I got one here. Anissa also says, also, my mom loves both y'all and can't wait to hang out with y'all when you come to Texas. One thing that you will hate is the weather, to be honest, because y'all are in a desert and it's humid.
I gotta take a photo of this.
You're in a desert and it's humid, I think, right? Or is it just bone dry out there? But, you know, every time I've been to the Midwest and to the East, it's been friggin' humid. And that's one thing we have over everyone else. We get hot in L.A., but it's a desert, so we dry off.
Do a lens post here. But yeah, and what happened? What?
Dude, Anissa's mom.
Photo when you were doing the thing. I'm sorry.
Anissa's mom loves the both of us. Can't wait to hang out with us when we come to Texas. It's just that we'll hate the weather when we get there. Foursome, yeah.
I'll get Anissa's mom.
Yeah, you should. You've earned it.
What's up, Anissa's mom?
She loves us, especially now.
That's what I'm going to call her, too. I won't call her by her name.
What's up, Anissa's mom?
Anissa's mom. What's up, Anissa's mom? Yeah, Anissa's mom.
Let me see if I can change this just a little bit.
And then, but no, that's really sweet. Tell your mom thank you. Don't tell her the joking sex part, but tell her I said thank you.
All right. I fixed this slightly in real time. Eric, it's Anissa then Eric, then Anissa then Eric. So humid here in Georgia. I'm dying, Anissa. Anyway, on to the third shot of absinthe. Laughing out loud here in Georgia. My name's Eric Horseman. I got the One Real Rejects tattoo. This is my Southern dandy, Eric Horseman. I can't wait to see if he comments
down below. I feel like you're
below.
Sexually taking advantage of me right now.
I am. You just don't realize what I'm doing. You're going to be waking up in the middle of the night dreaming about this voice crawling up your eardrum. Pop Culture Podcast. We're so close.
Dude, it's fucking hot right now, too.
Big Hero 6.
In California, it's blazing hot, too.
Yeah,
and it's really hot.
And summer has only just begun. Big PCP Pop Culture Podcast.
Yeah.
Big Hero 6 sequel is long overdue.
Fucking trying to take these goddamn photos.
You know, it's okay because the Big Hero 6
Yeah, I'm
sequel.
surprised they haven't done a Big Hero 6 movie. I only just
really
saw that movie a
surprised.
few months ago. That movie's incredible.
Yeah,
more
it's really
people
good.
More people should have seen it.
It's a good movie and it did really well. And so
It's
I'm
fucking great, yeah.
surprised that they haven't done anything with it, especially because it is a Marvel property.
It only takes like 6 months to make an animated movie too. Which is
Yeah,
surprising.
especially nowadays.
Especially that
Especially
kind of
now,
movie.
yeah.
Only took a few months.
What are you
waiting
complaining
for,
about?
Disney?
Jeez.
Get your shit together so I can spend $10.
What's wrong
to
with
go
you
watch
guys?
your fucking movie? John, I know John missed. That's why he's not in control of the mouse. Move your fucking hand. I'm sorry, Anissa. You missed 2 super chats from both Anissa and Eric.
Wow.
Because you get so anxious.
I was
that you
fixing
skip
the
people.
window. I was fixing the
This
window.
is what happens when you get on cocaine. you
I was fixing the window, man.
get really
fixing
defensive
the
on
window.
coke. You get so defensive.
I was
on
fixing
coke.
the window.
He does have his Al Pacino Southern accent. That's what I was thinking of. I won't insult it right now. I'll just let it. It's funny. All right.
Thank you for letting me go off on that.
I am Al Pacino.
Ugh.
right.
I saw his face though when he did that.
We need ASMR from y'all. Just make one already.
I would
Right,
love-
Anissa will get ASMR and they won't be hungry.
I saw ASMR and I also saw Mimi M said that we should do a mukbang. So I feel
Dude.
like we should do an ASMR mukbang.
I want to do ASMR for when you're using the toilet.
It's just a bathroom sound
Yeah.
effects reel. That's all that
It's
is.
just every few minutes of me going, God damn it.
Oh, I see it. So it's not the bathroom sounds.
You hear the fan turn on.
It's not the bathroom like bodily sounds. It's just your experience of being there. That's good. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's like having
It's
somebody.
different than what you'd expect.
Yeah, it's like having somebody in a stall next to you, but who's also whispering into your ear. Which is what we all want, the kind of comfort.
Fuck.
We would all be faster in the public bathroom if we had that.
It is easier to shit in a public bathroom when the guy next to me is having a really hard time.
Yeah, because then, you don't have to worry about what sounds you're making.
I wish things were different. All right.
I just want to get one last look at you.
Ellie. All right, let's see here. All right, where are we at, John? Okay, we're almost done for the day, guys.
We're getting close.
We're almost done for the day.
We're so getting close to Crank 3.
Once this is done, Crank 3 goes into production.
Yes. Straight facts. All right, Count Drago. Count Drago. I would love, thank you,
to
by the
see
way.
a free spin-off with Daniel Craig.
Ooh.
What the fuck is he talking about? A free spin-off?
When Daniel Craig played Mr. Freeze in the Batman with
what's
Robert
what's
Pattinson.
he talking about? A freeze? Oh, he means like a standalone Freeze movie, but with Daniel Craig?
Yeah. What am I missing here? What's Freeze?
I'm trying to think, did he play Freeze in something, or is he talking about...
Or are we just talking about having a standalone Mr. Freeze?
Of course. I mean, I think what we'd want is a standalone Freeze movie of Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, that's the only Freeze I can
Do
think
it, John.
of.
I'm setting you up for what people are asking about in the chat.
Oh, you want to know if John could do an impression of Arnold? It's not very good. It's not fantastic, but I've heard enough people who can do a good one, and then everybody can do the put that cookie down. So that's about the extent of any Arnold's I can approach. I know a guy named John. Shit? I'm blanking on his last name, which is terrible. No. I know a guy named John who is Tom Hanks's stand-in, who does a great Schwarzenegger impersonation. That it's like a real Schwarzenegger.
Sure, one day we'll hear it.
Yeah. John Donahue is his name, and he's a good guy.
Let's see here.
As far as I know him.
But I like that.
Yeah.
And Michael Mack back in here. Back to the Future 4. There's a theory that too much time travel breaks the body down. MJF. I don't want that or want to see it. The first one is my favorite movie of all time, and I just want to support again. Oh, well, thank you, dude.
That's a really beautiful way to put that.
There's a theory that too much time travel breaks the body down. Huh.
And just that first movie is your favorite, and you just want to be able to support that in an active way, even though you don't want the necessary circumstances to get Michael J. Fox back. I feel you. It's weird because I feel like if that theory is anything, they could justify his physical condition, and he seems, every time I see Michael J. Fox, he seems spry, and he seems like, he's got a good attitude. But I don't know.
He does parkour now. Yeah.
I almost made a joke, and I didn't make the joke. Just combine.
I was trying to make you yes and for something much worse.
Well, I was just going to combine the words parkour and Parkinson's, but but I'm not gonna. You can imagine it.
It's okay. There's other things to be really sensitive about right now.
Yeah. Why don't you name a few?
Why are we down? Name a few. Get me out of this.
Yeah. PCP Pop Culture Podcast. Thank you again for your love and support. John sounds like he's doing an impression of Daniel Craig in Knives Out, which is essentially what I was doing just a few minutes ago there. That donut hole. We got to find the hole of the donut. Yeah, that's what I was going for. Or like a little foghorn leghorn, which is what I feel like Daniel Craig was going for in the first place.
How does Joel sound again? God, I can barely hear his voice. I can barely hear his voice. He's barely in the game.
Yeah. And you loved it so much.
I wish things were different.
I wish I could quit you.
I wish things were different. Ellie, I can't really do it right now. I don't have it in my head.
Tyler,
Ellie.
I do appreciate.
Yeah. Fuck.
Tyler Slavens is the room too. The building. I appreciate that. I don't know why. John.
Anissa, thank you so much for reminding us. Thank you. You can you're working your ass off right now. Anissa works in an ER. Okay.
Mm-hmm. With George Clooney on the show.
All right.
She's a grip.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
She's
man.
a grip on the new season of ER.
George Clooney's just a real ER surgeon.
Yeah. She's handing him scalpels like, okay, you're the original Dr. McDreamy. I don't care what they say about the other guy.
Dragon Soldier. Were you like a soldier who rides a dragon, or are you a soldier that goes
is a
against
dragon?
Yeah. Yeah. Day 30 on the job.
Yeah. This
Still
helmet
waiting for
doesn't
my
fucking fit.
Payroll's late.
They don't have chainmail big enough for me because I'm like, damn dragon.
Sequel ideas, eh? I'd love to see a sequel to Kevin Smith's Dogma.
Ooh.
I like the way you're thinking, Dragon
I like
Soldier.
It. I want a Dogma sequel
Pretty
too.
soon you won't have to be a dragon soldier anymore.
No,
you could be
you'll-
a screenwriter. He's
That's
trying to break
right.
out there. It's just a temporary job being a dragon soldier.
Dude,
Soon you'll be a
2021
dragon writer.
Dragon screenwriter. There you go. All you got to do is change the name up a smidge.
And Nisa's saying, John, you got to read it in your southern accent.
John, your southern accent is my favorite thing right now. That's right. I do declare that your southern accent is what brings me the life force in this here live chat. Now bring me my mint julep before my ass cot starts making me sweat.
I've never heard you do that before.
Oh, get ready. It's the only voice I'll do from now on.
Anissa's saying, also, I want to sing with y'all one day. I know y'all can sing from a live stream a long time ago. That's dream I now. And second, go to a gas stream. she meant to say go to a gas station, but she said gas
Go to
stream.
gas. Let's go to the gas.
Go to a gas stream.
Hit the gas on the stream.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh.
That would be fun.
Ooh.
Yeah, we should go to a karaoke bar together. That'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun.
But dude, what would we sing together?
You know,
Rap God.
don't stop believing.
We would sing Rap God,
Freebird.
which, rest in peace.
Tequila. That's always funny when a guy goes up there and does tequila because you don't have to sing. You just say tequila once in a while. That's funny.
Or when somebody gets up and does Knights of Sidonia to do the one part and belt their vocal chops before
Yeah.
spending 5 straight minutes at the mic while the solo takes over the rest of the song. But rest in peace to my friend Gary, because I was hoping you would get to meet this guy because he would do Rap God at karaoke, and I was hoping you guys would get
When
to
did
like
he pass?
a week or two ago. Yeah.
What the fuck? You didn't mention this.
Yeah. I there was a lot going on. I didn't know how to insert it just randomly into the day.
Why not? Just tell me if you're going through a rough time.
No, yeah.
Because if you don't tell me, I'm just gonna yell at you.
I'm just gonna yell at you. I'm gonna make it worse. I'm just gonna call you a bitch.
No, I'm sorry about that.
But yeah,
I
this
didn't know
guy
about that.
Gary was good, and yeah, he did a mean Rap God, and I wish you could have done it with him, or
shit.
kind of shared
And he
Eminem.
had a name Gary. People sometimes confuse my name for Gary.
Gary,
Oh,
but he
damn.
had 2 R's, so it would have been
That's sad. I have 2 R's in my name, Gregory.
Gregory.
Gregory. What are you?
Oh,
doing?
you just have. Sorry.
I have 2 R's in my name.
You
That's what I'm
do.
saying.
Sorry, I thought you meant two tandem R's at the front or end of your name.
Yeah, he's scary. I had no idea. I'm sorry, man.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
Not really.
It's not all
transition here,
good, but
Jesus.
it's all right. The love is appreciated.
Anissa, Greg, can you still can you see this in the chat? You can't see it in the chat.
Oh, hold on. Let me do my little magic right here for a quick second.
All right, these are going to be the last couple super chats.
Okay.
Do a speed round of questions.
Greg, can you still do the splits?
Kind of.
Let's see it.
All right, since John's done a bunch of southern accents, let me try this. Let me try this.
Gregory.
splits.
Do not, I declare,
I'm gonna
do not
try
keep
to
the
do the
people
splits.
waiting here. Don't keep them hungry for your flexibility.
It's actually might be easier to try it out with fucking
with
socks
jeans on.
Greg's gonna try the splits right now. We lost all the viewers.
All right, Greg is going to do his split. Everybody, as best you can, send him the good juju, send him the good energy, like make him feel at home. We're just warming up, guys. This is going to blow your flipping socks off. And damn, your muscle memory is pretty decent. Like, that looks painful, but it also looks... It looks a little painful, but it also looks like you've retained so much of your muscle memory. Like, I cannot get that low at all. I can't. And I will someday, but... Do your thigh muscles hurt?
Well, I actually just practiced kicks in the park today for like a half hour, so my legs were sore, and I was like, this was a
hell
bad
yeah.
idea because my legs are in pain right now.
Sorry,
Yeah.
2 seconds. I love Sojin Choi just wrote normal activity, which is the sequel I definitely want to see. A found footage movie about not a lot.
All right, so let's do these last couple. John,
Alrighty.
set us up, please. You can touch it.
Aye, Capitano.
That's how you don't get called out on Twitter. You just wait for them to say that.
Touch it.
You can touch it.
That's why, yeah, I'm not very good at flirting with people because I just wait for overt permission. Just Eric Horseman, just a love you guys.
Aww.
And Olivia. By the way, I'm from D.C., which might be the 51st state soon. No southern accent.
Ooh.
Lol. I know, but you live in Georgia. But okay, fine. I take it all back. I'm going to speak like Eric Horstman with no accent from D.C.
Yeah.
And by no accent, I simply mean an Ohio
sometime,
accent.
Eric. We should super FaceTime or something sometime.
Yeah,
buddy.
man, we should get naked.
Eric's a sexy guy. Follow him on Instagram. Very sexy guy.
Yeah.
And Anissa's saying, I vote for John to be the next Bachelor.
Oh, thanks.
We got to do the black guy first.
And then back to the
And
white
then
guy.
back to the white guy.
That's enough of that.
Yeah.
That's enough diversity.
Too much diversity.
Whoa.
But people still care.
We can do this for a year or two, but let's get back to the basics. All right, let's get back to the status. Yeah, I would. I don't know what that experience would be like. I don't know if I would want to do it, but it would certainly
John,
be.
you would love it.
You
would love it, John.
It's for me.
You would love it.
I would.
People would be like, he's so shy. He's not confident and muscular like the other bachelors. People think you're still so sexy. So it would work out great, man.
Thanks, man. That makes me feel all right. That makes me feel decent. I'll go on it, but only for you, Anissa. Rizzo Gaming says, "Hear me out, Hardcore Henry, but Terminator."
Like a Terminator movie in POV style?
Yeah.
That's
I'm down.
interesting.
Let's do it. Why not?
Would it be red? Would it be like the Terminator?
Would it be
vision the whole
red
time
with,
with
like,
the numbers
readouts
and the
and shit?
target
Yeah.
lock thing on? Yeah.
Would it get annoying or would it be rad?
Like, oh my god, I'm so frustrated with this movie.
No. Skynet puts like a cybernetic eye into the main character, and then do it like Maniac, where the only like times you see the person face on is in a mirror or some shit like that, and then there you go.
I love how Tom Edge just joined when I was stretching. That's funny.
Yeah, welcome.
I do like that idea, Ryan Beatty. Thank you.
I like it too.
PCP Pop Culture Podcast pulls an Andy Bernard and tears his scrotum. It doesn't work
Andy
like
Bernard.
the weird thing about the splits is everyone thinks you're like splitting your crotch up, but that's
balls.
not it. It's your inner thighs. It's not your like when I did the splits when I was younger. People were like, oh, does that hurt your balls? And I'm like, no, this is not stretching your balls.
Your genitalia is contained to the center.
What is happening?
And then your legs come out from the joints on the sides
people
here.
don't understand balls. I'm like, what do you think is happening? That my balls are just going. My balls are like, what are you doing to your balls, man?
Yeah, because each of your balls stems out of each of your thighs. That's what.
That's not what's happening.
If you're a gentleman, just look at your own balls and here, do this to yourself.
Do you scrouch? Do you do this? If you're a guy,
As
you
a
do
gentleman-
that, and you're like, my fucking balls are being stretched the fucking.
Yeah, just crouch. Pay attention to what your scrotum does, and then then come back later and let me know what you found.
Then Eric is just wanted to say, John, bring it back, please.
Just wanted to say, as I bring the graphic. Oh, you did it. You're fine. You're great.
All right.
Just wanted to say, Anissa, stay safe. You are a real hero, and she is.
Anissa
She's working in an emergency room.
She's fucking brave for doing that, and what she does is super important. So thank you, Anissa.
Yes.
And then end it off with Anissa here. When y'all spoke to me, did I have a Texas accent? No, not at all. I think I was pretty surprised by that. I thought you'd be like, how you doing there, guys? I'm a huge fan of the Real Rejects. Yeehaw!
Nah, see, I thought you would come on all suave. And
With a deep Southern accent is what Anissa would have.
How y'all doing? I'm Nisa Oliver, and I just smoked 14 packs of cigarettes today.
That you would come on a horse.
when
Yeah.
in a
How you
10
doing
gallon
there,
hat,
Real Rejects? Good to see y'all.
in a 10-gallon hat with some Texas toast.
I love y'all's reactions.
Katie Orlando says, surprisingly, oh no, wait, who said that? I mean, surprisingly, my New York accent barely noticeable, except when I'm pissed, lol. But Katie Orlando said, when you don't have balls, you definitely don't understand, lol, lol, lol. But I think the female anatomy,
It's the
pay
guys
attention.
who are
You don't
saying-
rip your vagina
it's-
apart
what-
when you do splits either.
What baffles me is the guys who are saying it, though.
That is the most
like
baffling.
when
yeah.
the guys are like, "Your balls are," I'm like, "You have balls."
Yeah. Have you ever looked and paid attention to what happens when you move your legs and also have balls? Because typically it's not much.
Okay, now here's the real last one. Anissa just said, "Oh, thanks, Eric. Great to see all support. Truly, it's so heartwarming because it's been hard. I bet it's been hard,
especially
it's
in
very
Texas,
understand.
where
Yes.
things have not been, as I understand it, as precautionary as they could.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Love you,
goodness
Anissa.
gracious.
Thank you for all the hard work you're doing.
Seriously.
Let's put that away. Let's wrap this. Let's stop this soon. Let's go through a couple more
Let's
in
go
this stream.
through-
This has gone way off the rails in this last. It's been a while since we had a stream really go way off the rails.
Donovan Hopkins,
Yeah.
you can lasso either
But
one of us.
thank you to
my
everyone
dude.
who's contributed to the super chats and Streamlabs, by the way. And that'll be we're gonna wrap this up right now. But and then let's and we just saw Beautiful Bliss at Anissa.
Bliss.
You're a real life hero. Thank you for that.
A real human being.
Okay, we got a random. Whoa, what the fuck's going on?
Whoa.
We don't need. We're gonna put a close on the super chats, right? Okay, we'll do these last two since you guys just came in, but we want to put a close on these and go back to the topic at hand, and then we're gonna call this a night.
All right, so, Anissa, you are a real life hero
Yes.
from Beautiful Bliss. It's very kind. Movies are for life. One, which is this John Castle? Can either
Yeah.
of you cross/lock your legs together?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Do we mean like sitting cross-legged, or
Like
do we
that?
mean that thing where I can do? Let's move the box. I can cross my legs normally like this,
Like
or
that?
I can do the. Are you talking about the actual crisscross?
They've turned us into monkeys.
Or are you talking about the thing where
We've
you
become
put your,
circus performers now?
put like one foot up on
We're-
both sides?
We're
Because
a
I can't
weird
do
fetish now for these guys.
I can't do that much. I can't lock them that way. But
What
I
do
can.
you mean?
Well, have you ever seen people do that where it's like being cross-legged except both feet are on top of your knees? That's the thing people can do, where it's like if I had,
What?
I don't know, it's like you're somehow cross-legged, but
Bye, Eric Horseman.
but both feet are on top of your knees or something like
Is
that.
that hard to do?
I can't do it, so I assume
All
it
right.
must be at least a little difficult.
I don't get it.
I don't know, unless I'm totally reading your idea wrong. But yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand how you do. Yeah, how do you do that?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I've seen people do it. Is the thing, and it gets to the point where your legs kind of are locked together,
I
and
guess
people
not.
walk. I've seen people walk on their hands with their legs that way, so I don't know.
I can't put my leg over my head, but I could do some other crazy stretches. I could do a pretty damn good bridge. I'm pretty sure I was blushing the entire time I talked to you. Can you bring this back? I hope it is back.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I'm pretty sure I was blushing the entire time I talked to y'all, and I'm just super silent because I got nervous. Also, John, go take my quiz. See, I took Anissa's quizzes. I care more about her than you do. That's right, Anissa. I care more about you.
And building dramatic tension.
And thank you
My
guys for your
answers.
last couple super chats.
Yeah.
Bye, you guys. Thank you. This is great. This is such. I love when these streams go off the rails. This is so much fun. I'll end it with this.
Full Lotus. There you go.
I think that one day we will get more movies. We will get more sequels, and
Yes.
life will be great again.
One day in 2023, movies will be back.
And to end this stream, I mean, it's hard to go out now. How much higher can you go? I would say just be safe this weekend. If you are celebrating 4th of July, don't go into large groups. Please be safe. Please be mindful. Consider everyone else. And yeah, Dead Meat and the Real Rejects should collab again. I love Dead Meat. He's great.
Yeah.
Dead Meat took a real liking to Olivia. Goddamn.
I
that's
know, because she speaks wrestling.
crazy. Yeah.
and him and Kara both are lovely.
And
Chelsea Kara.
Chelsea.
Kara Beck.
And I would just say, like, I don't know. John, you got any last words?
Guys,
I've gone brain dead. That's what's happened. That's what my last words. I've gone a little brain dead, and I need food. Yeah.
Guys, if you're in the States, take this strange holiday weekend to reflect on what you think the country ought to be and what you would like to see out of it. I don't know. And for the rest of y'all in the world, just have a nice weekend. It's crazy. It's chaotic out there. Take a little bit of time to rest and rejuvenate, because if there's anything that's hard to do right now, it's recharge, and it's absolutely paramount. So love you all for being here, and yeah, take some time out for yourself this weekend, even if you're not celebrating the dubious inception of this country.
I'll tell you, man, cocaine either brings out the worst or the best in you, and that was a great closing sentiment.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I'm telling you, it's the best. John, say goodbye to our Reject Nation fans In your southern accent, please.
Oh, real rejects. I do declare y'all have been the most wonderful and sophisticated of audiences this afternoon, evening, and good night. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful evening. Sip on a mint julep and remember, the real rejects love you to the end of time.
Love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all the contributions. Stay safe this weekend.
And stay sexy.
This was a great stream. This was a lot of fun. Thank you guys.
Was a blast.